Noimu cheered 100. Thank you.
I'm just following him.
Turn on Twitch, let's have some fun. Dana's kitchen has begun. She's whipping up the very best with bartender, drink more, cook less. He's the tech guy, Robbie, Randy, Roy. Rocky is the bestest boy. The food is great, come grab a plate. The show's starting, so don't be late. Dana's kitchen.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous.
Hello, how are you? I'm just running around like a crazy person, but that's okay, because we all know I'm crazy, right? So first, thank you, Watsa, 23 months of being a member here in the community and subscribing. We love that so much. And Noimu, thank you so much for the biddies, and hello, hello. This recipe will actually not have a lot of butter. I hear Andy is here. Hello, Andy, how are you? Did you catch, yes, voguing. I think I was no, this is when I was following what Robbie was doing. Anyway, because this is how Robbie dances. So, and thank you for the lurk, Fajita. We're glad that you're here. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta get these. I'm gonna do something better for the fridge, but this is what I had today because it's been a whirlwind of a week. I've had very, very little downtime this week to get organized, but I am going to do this dinner tonight, and we're totally doing the Twinkies, both the Texas Twinkie and the pulled pork Twinkies on Sunday. So I've gotten that far. I'm working with Kanara. We're gonna do a World of Warcraft gaming / cooking stream. I've got the gaming stream is on a little Post-it note ready to get put someplace once I figure out everything that I'm doing. So how are you guys? How's it going for, hey Robbie, how are you? I'm
so tired, Dana.
You're so tired because you had to actually get up in the morning every morning this week? Robbie started a new job this week, so there's that.
But We're on
So
time.
hello, Golden Flare. How are you? All right, so Robbie and I, when we were in Nice, France, we were supposed to go on this food tour that didn't exist. And because it didn't exist, Robbie was able to get us into this Michelin kind of notable, they don't have a star, but they have what's called the Bib Gourmand distinction on that. Today might be your birthday. Happy birthday, Michael. We're going to have as a special treat, have Robbie sing happy birthday to you.
I really don't want that.
70 degrees. Oh, whatever, Andy. It's been really hot. It's been really cool here, and it's been 70 degrees. I guess it's all a matter of perspective. So, but happy birthday, Michael. Happy birthday. So this is, I'm making it for you. Come on over. We should have enough for a third person. And since Megabytes never takes my invite or Fajita Phantom, why don't you come on over? It has to be sung in a thong and 2 tassels. You really don't want that. You really, really don't want that.
I'm still not sure which will hurt worse, your eyes or your ears.
So this meal is going to be inspired by the meal that we had at this place. It was called L'Alchimie. And the Bib Gourmand distinction is good food, good prices. So they have to have a limit. They cannot reach a certain limit on how much it costs a person to have their average meal there. So ours was about 32 euros a piece or something like that. It was like nothing.
Lunch, yeah.
For the quality of the food that we got there. The quality of the food was amazing. So this is inspired by that. And why do I say that? I say that because I don't really know the recipes, that's number one. And number two is Robbie never let me taste his. And we're doing Robbie's menu, what he chose that day. So what he chose that day was a raviolo, a cheese raviolo that was in a tom kha broth. And I did get to taste the broth, so I have a little bit of an idea of what that's supposed to taste like. And then he had some sort of beef, I don't know what kind, because the menu didn't specify what kind of beef, that had been, I'm pretty sure it was confit just by the way it fell apart when he was eating it. And it had baby carrots and baby peas, and then it had some sort of green sauce. But Robbie, what was the green sauce?
I think it was... Oh, my mic cut out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It could have been short rib. I got beef cheeks this week. I've never cooked with them, so we're going to see. Short rib was my second choice, but we're going to use beef cheeks, so we're going to see if that works. And it is right now actually in the oven, and it is cooking in some beef tallow and duck fat is what that's cooking in. So if you don't know what confit means, it means that we're cooking, usually it means we're cooking something in its own fat, but a lot of times people call things confit when it's not its own fat. It's just in a fat, and I've even seen some things that say, hey, we're gonna confit these tomatoes, and what they do is they pour something that's got fat in it on the tomatoes, but they're not really cooking the tomatoes in it.
If you're cooking it in duck fat, I'll allow it, Dana.
Okay. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna add a little potatoes on there. And here's the thing about this restaurant. I'm trying to honor kind of their thought process. They have some kind of basic things, but it changes based on what's in season, what they find at the market that looks good. So I had an idea of what I wanted, but I didn't decide completely until I got to the grocery store and I saw what was good there. So we're gonna do some real baby carrots, not fake baby carrots. Do we all know how I feel about fake baby carrots? Hello, Twilight Wolf. Hello. How are you? Hey, Robbie, how do I feel about fake baby carrots?
You don't like them, Dana.
That is accurate. Oh, there's the screaming goat right there. So You know, the things that they call baby carrots in the little bags, they're not actually baby carrots. They're big carrots shaved down to be smaller in size. They taste very different than real baby carrots. Their texture is different than real baby carrots. So we've got some baby carrots. I really wanted to use some petite pois, so little mini early peas. I couldn't find any of those. We're going to be using some English peas. Fake baby carrots. Yes, Twilight Wolf. I hate that they're packaged that way. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Because it's not what it is. And people think that they're eating baby carrots, and then people cook with them thinking they're baby carrots, and they're like, why does this not taste the way that I think it's supposed to taste? Because you didn't use real baby carrots. So we're going to do some peas, and then I'm going to do a parsley sauce to go with it. And we'll have to have some finishing oils. I'm going to do my best to do some Michelin plating here.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it works. Your stomach is growling. So that's two. That's two. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to also have a creme brulee. Mom boy, hello, hello. We're so glad you're here. Welcome to our community. Hello, Fluffy Bakery. Golden Flair's stomach is growling. You know, you're closer than you used to be. And Wolf Mom is raiding. Holy cow. Okay. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to put something on the refrigerator. We love you guys. We love Wolf Mom. I don't know. Where's all my stuff? Here we go. There's this. Here's this. We'll get Wolf Mom on the refrigerator. Hello, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Dana. I am a home cook up in North Texas. And today, whatever it is, we're going to be attempting. I say we, because Robbie's going to help make the pasta.
Wait, what?
This is not a surprise. I told you this.
I already worked today, Dana.
I told it to you earlier this week, and I told you today, but it's okay. He's going to help make the pasta.
Hi, Wolf Mom.
And hello. So anyway, we're going to be attempting, Robbie and I had a great meal in Nice, France at a place called L'Alchimie, and it is a Michelin Bib Gourmand distinguished place. And so we're going to be attempting to, I'm not attempting to recreate it. I'm being inspired by that meal. So that'll be good. Hello, you for sale. Yes. Oh, thank you, Twilight Wolf. Were you here last Thursday? What's today, Thursday? Were you here Thursday or Sunday? Did you see what's on that hand? So there we go. Oh, I thought Robbie was there, but he wasn't. There we go. Yay. 9 years in the making. 9 years.
Nothing good happens quick around here, apparently.
Here we go. We're starting off May. Here we go. Here we go. Not Sunday though, but you got to see it. Okay, cool. Thank you, Fluffy Bakery. All right, so we're gonna do that. I'm actually gonna probably add, we're gonna see how this goes. I may add another little course that's gonna be really simple. I've got some French melon and prosciutto and mozzarella and little tomatoes and all sorts of things left over from various things. So we may make a little plate of stuff like that. Good things come to those who wait. Yes. Yes, so this may be a little bit longer. Like I said, I put the beef in the oven already to start working on the confit because it really should cook about 4 to 6 hours. We're probably going to hit about 4 hours based on when I started. So all I did was I vacuum packed the beef and what was that?
You said 4 hours.
4 hours. Oh, okay. It's like, Robbie's over there like, the world's falling apart. That's the look I got over there. What was I saying now, Robbie? When you interrupt me.
I guess I got spoiled with last Thursday where I was like, all right, that's an hour and a half.
That's an hour.
Let's go to bed because we're exhausted from traveling.
We're done. If you'd ordered something else, it could have been faster. That's not what you ordered at Nice.
Well, this is my fault?
Yeah, it's your fault. It's Robbie's fault. So anyways, we need to start. Making the pasta, I don't even remember what I was saying. Some sort of something.
We're having fast food on
It's
half
gonna
of our
be-
trips from now on.
No, we're not.
There was a perfectly good McDonald's that said open, Dana. It was 2 blocks from the hotel. We could have had that every day.
No,
Could have had the whole menu by the time we left.
no. No, just no. Just no. Yeah, the cauliflower noodle to add to the beef. Cauliflower noodle, that's interesting.
Did we ask how your stream was, Wolf Mom?
Probably not, because I forget to ask that. How was your stream, Wolf Mom? All right.
Did your internet cooperate a little bit better today? I know you had it going in and out yesterday.
Grams. All right. We're going to see if I have 300 grams of this.
I was surprised I got to work all day yesterday with how the power kept almost going out.
I wasn't here, so it kept almost going out.
My monitors would go off, but somehow the computers stayed on. And the internet.
That's good.
There was one that made me jump out of the chair, Dana.
All right. I'm measuring my flour.
With her heart, apparently.
No, I'm not doing it with my. We want 300 grams of 00 flour. It's more finely grained.
Michael, kind of.
Schmoopy.
I liked the movie that he had years and years ago.
We need some eggs. We need some salt. Do we need salt? We probably don't need salt. We just need eggs and
All
flour.
those eggs.
You do this the fun way. You could do this in a food processor. That's the way I usually do it. But we'll have some fun today. We'll do it this way.
Tomorrow?
We will not be streaming tomorrow. No. We don't stream on Fridays, although we do need to put a Friday or a Saturday one on to do our gaming stream. Because doing it during the week is just really tough when the two of us have work during the day. Like Robbie was like, I hope that I have time to set up the stream in time. And I'm like, if it doesn't get set up on time, I think everybody will understand. So,
Everybody's schmoopy.
everybody is schmoopy. All right, I'm gonna get a bowl out for trash. So the first thing we're gonna do, here's the order of operations today. We are going to make the ravioli dough and let that rest. Hello, Creme, how are you doing? How are you doing? And then we're going to go ahead and make our creme brulee and get that in the oven, because that not only has to cook, then it needs to chill, right? So we want to make sure we get that done first. And then we're going to start making our soup, because we want our soup to sit and all those flavors to marry in our soup. And then we're going to prep some potatoes, get those started, then put our ravioli together. And then, let's see here, and then we'll do some of the finishing things on that. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't sound like a long list, but it's actually a pretty long list of things to do. So, Kentucky hot brown. Actually, what did I make with those? We made some sort of appetizer with those that was really good. And now I can't remember what it was. So we're going to do 3 full eggs and 1 egg yolk. And we're going to hope they don't escape. Don't escape. Don't escape. I will not say this is my strength. So, yes. That was pretty scary looking, man. That was pretty scary looking. All right, we've had some rain here in Texas. You may have had rain where you are too. Then we're gonna add an extra yolk. No escaping. No escaping. I may not be as good at this as Steve is. Okay, let's get that out of the way. And let me get a fork, because I probably should have had that ahead of time. I feel like this is not enough flour, but maybe I'm used to doing pizza dough rather than pasta this way. No, because that wouldn't be the right.
I know you were very sad in Italy 2 years ago when we took the pizza making class up at the farm. And we do all this effort. You're doing great, Dana.
Thank you.
We did all this effort to make our own dough, and they're like, so here's the bad news.
You don't get to use your dough.
You don't get to use your own dough because it has to rest for 24 hours. And it's a food safety thing here in Italy.
So we're going to take this pizza dough and we're going to feed it to the animals.
That you just worked so hard on.
True story.
Oh, man.
True story. All right. It's going to work. We're going to make this work. It rained twice there. Did it rain? I don't think it rained here today, did it?
I don't think we got any now.
Yeah.
It's down south of us today.
My days have been really crazy because I've just been trying to, this is not turning out well. It's fine. Everything is fine.
You're doing great, Dana.
It's going to be fine.
Doing great.
Do not judge. Do not show Steve this. He'll be like, what in the world is she doing? She's messing up, but it's
Beef
okay.
and noodles.
We're going to make these look good. Smell so good, yeah. Oh, my coworker, I haven't seen her at all. Our schedules have not coincided one single time. But it was such a big problem.
And so far, I like my coworkers, so I am happy.
It's always good to start a new job and go, I kind of like everybody. Yeah. So, you know, it's probably just going to stay that way, that I just don't see her.
I feel like I'm working in the good Twilight Zone now.
Oh, okay. All right, you know what? We're going to just start trying to put this together. I have egg in my hand, but that kind of did not work the way I wanted it to. Can't leave us out either. Feed us. Robbie's like, I'm not going to get to eat for like 3 hours. What is going on? I probably should have put some flour on my hands.
When I'm all out of leftover pizza, my reserves are gone.
Oh no. There's my dinner from last night that's still here.
That's still around?
Yeah. I got myself a salad when I went grocery shopping. All right, let's clean this off. I'm gonna let Robbie come over here, put some flour on his hands and knead this. See if we can get it to work or if I need to start over. I don't think I can. I don't think I have enough OO flour left. But I can use
salt too.
I did not add salt. The recipe I've got in front of me did not say to add salt. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Krem, they're just small portions for Texas. He's caught a hold of the Texas spirit.
All right. Robbie, you want to come over and put some flour on your hands and try to knead this?
Am I allowed to say no?
No.
You get to say no.
Sometimes you get to say no. This is not one of them. Robbie has said no, but I have not let chat know he has said no sometimes. You turned it off.
I did.
So when we do some melon and prosciutto, this, by the way, is the little bitty melon I've got. It's called a French Charente melon. Charente. I say it more like it is, even though it's from the Dominican Republic.
So what flour? Am I just using that flour? Or?
This is semolina, so you can use that or you can use the OO, whichever.
Oh, there is
you
more
want.
OO.
Yeah, not enough to do a whole nother recipe, though.
Oh, you mean if we had to redo it? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, how is there not going to be enough to add to this?
So this week that is large enough for 3 people.
Did you use the third spoon, the 1/3 spoon instead of a fourth again or something?
Nope, I weighed it. You watched me weigh it. Do you remember seeing that?
We were too exact.
No, I just messed it up in stirring because normally you want the eggs, you want to like the eggs, and then you want to gradually whisk the flour in, and then the eggs started going everywhere, and chaos ensued, and the whole town burned down. That's what happened.
This was a town?
Yep.
That poor town.
It's okay, we're gonna make it into delicious ravioli.
Maybe.
See, I like
People.
delish creme. I like to have, well, I just said delish. I like when a dessert is like 3 or 4 bites, because usually that's all I need after I've eaten dinner. So I like the little.
And that just makes me sad that there's not more if that's all there is.
Well, I like it when it's like 2 or 3, 4 bites, and then you can order another one if you're still hungry.
Definitely didn't have that problem at the streamer party here.
Did not. Thought 2 sticks of Kerrygold cost $15.99. It's getting there.
It's just ahead of his time by like 6 months.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna cough. Hang on. I'm done.
Hello.
Hello, Auntie B. How are you? So this is Robbie's role in making pasta. He kneads the dough, and then he rolls the dough out. That's his part in it. Strawberry churro tiramisu. That sounds delicious. So is the strawberry in replacement of the coffee or in addition to the coffee?
Yes.
I think both of us are pretty tired trying to get back to life.
Well, not just that. I mean, I'm waking up for a new job and coming off of a long trip. Brainstorming on where I was gonna, ask you a question that you may or may not say yes to. And
With creme delish, of course. With lovely, wonderful, delicious creme delish. You've eaten a salad big enough for 3 people. If you're gonna eat something enough for 3 people, that's the healthiest way to go. So, oh, you missed you were working and you missed it? That's Robbie's excuse. I didn't hear you, I was working.
but that's a valid excuse again, though.
It was not a valid excuse for a while. All right, how's it going?
We're getting there. It's still a little sticky in spots,
Okay.
but it's pliable.
Does it need to be hydrated now, and then you can see if it needs more kneading later? I told Robbie, I said, there are a few things I'm gonna need you to get really good at, and one of them was making pasta, and the other is grilling meat. So, what are the people saying about the Cowboys draft?
I haven't listened to that a whole lot, but I guess they felt pretty good. I think they were also glad that we didn't somehow end up with Sanders.
Yeah, that was crazy, the stuff about Sanders. Okay, so we want it kind of in a ball shape to wrap it up.
She wants a ball.
Yeah, then there's not edges to get, all dried out and stuff. Dodged a bullet there for sure. I mean,
I was getting worried sitting there in the 5th round. Jerry's gonna do something stupid.
I mean, you know what? If you're already showing that you're gonna be...
Ball.
All right,
Oh,
stick
hold
it
on.
in here.
I found more.
Okay. How's it feel? That was my hand.
Hi. There.
I mean, my problem...
My job is done.
My thing is,
I'll go take a nap.
he seemed like he was already being trouble, whether it was him or other people causing trouble. Why would you want to start and go, yeah, let's go with that?
Well, I like how the Browns ended up with him, but for a much lower price.
Yep. People are like, you're only worth this much for the trouble.
Because if it ends up working out, that's genius.
Fourth bay leaf.
And if it doesn't work out, well, at least you didn't overspend.
Exactly. Now I have a clean spot. All right, we're gonna make some creme brulee. Let me pull my recipe. They didn't have heavy cream, but they had heavy whipping cream. And I believe this is 2 cups, right? Because it's a pint, yeah, it's 2 cups. I need a vanilla bean, I've got one of those. These have gone up in price. Salt,
Those
egg
were
yolks,
already expensive.
sugar. I need sugar, I need to get the sugar out.
Surprised those aren't under lock and key yet.
The vanilla beans?
Yeah.
I saw one that had like 2 vanilla beans and it was like $25 for 2 vanilla beans. I was like, are you effing kidding me? All right, I gotta see if I have enough sugar here. Yeah, I got enough. Hello, Suki, how are you? I've got I'm gonna get everything together. We've got ramekins. I need to find something to put those in that it'll fit in, that I can put some water in. Things Dana should have done before string. Let's get the big pan out of here. Sorry, I'm gonna mute this so this isn't too loud in your ears.
I wonder how bad that still sounds from here. My goodness. Did you finally get it? Did you get it?
I did. I'm going to see if I can fit all of these in here. Probably not. I may need to
Jedi
anyway.
says that eggs are finally cheaper here.
Oh, that's good.
They've come down a little bit, right?
Well, but I buy the bougie eggs.
I thought those were cheaper for a while, though, weren't they?
They were about the same price. So these are still about the same price. Maybe they've gone down about 50 cents, but the other eggs have gone down considerably.
Hey, the Bear fan.
Hello, Da Bear fan. All right. I got to heat the other oven to 325. 325. Yeah, we're good.
They were 10 for a dozen, and now it's $4.50.
Oh, nice. I think these were about $7.50 a dozen. See, $3.94 at Aldi. That is a great price, everybody. Aldi. And saucepan, cream, vanilla bean, and salt. And a bowl, beat yolks and sugar together. I'm just reading through it so I don't mess stuff up, guys.
I think she's just wandering around the kitchen grabbing random
There's that
things.
too. I'm just wandering around the kitchen. I think this one will work.
Don't worry, by the end of the show, we'll probably use half the kitchen.
For sure.
Oh,
For sure.
not comforting. Remember them having a sale on eggs for 49 cents a dozen?
Who was doing that?
I mean, this is a while ago. But
Oh. That's before we had all sorts of bird flu stuff. All right. I need to buy sugar. That needs to go on my list. I do have other sugars though, like I have castor sugar, which would work okay. I have coconut sugar, which we will be using tonight anyway.
coconut sugar, huh?
Yep. Well, because we're making the Tom Kha broth, so that's coconut flavors in it anyway, so using coconut sugar isn't going to change.
As long as it's not coconut flakes, we're okay.
I agree with you.
Neither one of us are huge fans of coconut flakes.
Okay. we are going to warm up our whipping cream, 2 cups, 16 ounces.
Ooh, are we making ice cream?
We are making creme brulee. So you have to make a custard for creme brulee, like we do for ice cream. We're going to add some salt in there.
I do really enjoy cracking the top of it.
Yes, I know. That's your favorite. So we're going to need the sugar again.
I mean, it tastes good too, but.
Robbie ordered, it was weird because Robbie usually orders things that are chocolate. And when we were at this restaurant, they had a chocolate lava cake. They were out of this other mango dessert that I really wanted to try. But he ordered, out of the 2 things, he decided to order, I don't know why did they put a shaker on top of this when it's a vanilla bean? Does that even make sense?
To charge you more.
So he got the creme brulee, and then I got the chocolate lava cake, but then I was like, he tasted that, he said, that's really good. And I said, how about if we trade? And he goes, only if I get to crack the top of the creme brulee first. It's like, okay, sweetie, you
drive
do
a
that.
hard bargain, Chad. Fluffy Bakery has a question.
All right, I may have an answer. We're gonna put 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt in there, along with our vanilla bean. Boil after 5 hours. Oh my gosh.
You might have to make 2 loaves.
It doesn't ask you to punch it down or anything as it's rising. Let it sit for a few minutes.
I mean, if it's a no-knead bread, I wouldn't think I'm supposed to punch it.
I mean, it's not really.
What do I know?
I don't know. I don't know. You boiled your beef on low for 4 hours. Should you have browned the beef in the pan first? It'll still be good. Like if you brown something before you braise it, you're going to get a little bit more of the flavor from browning it. Get some of that caramelizing flavor from it. But you can also, I sometimes do things where I have either smoked it or I've put it in the crock pot for a long time, like pulled pork or something like that, and it's falling apart. And then afterwards I will braise it, or not braise it, brown it. So you can still do it that way. You've been folding it over every hour, okay. So if you're boiling, is your water like lots of bubbles, or are you really like keeping it at a low simmer? Because if you're at a low simmer and it's not just like water, you've got other flavors and stuff in it, you may more be braising it than boiling it. Your least favorite thing to do, you can blast it under a broiler if you want color on it. There you go, Fluffy Bakery. It was a low simmer, so it's almost more of a braise than it is a boiling of the meat, right? So we're gonna warm this up. I'm just gonna look for we want this to start cooking, and in this bowl, we've got this, and we need egg yolks. How many egg yolks? I need, does anybody remember? 5. 5 egg yolks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to keep them from rolling away. Here we go. We're using a lot of egg yolks and wasting a lot of egg whites. Where are all my small bowls?
You know, you're not doing a whole lot over there. You could just cook up the egg whites for me for a snack.
I could, but I'm not going to. I might be busy, Robbie. We'll put the egg whites in a thing over here, and then that way we can make some eggs in the morning. I can use a couple of egg yolks, and ooh, maybe we could do like some Japanese pancakes or something where we whip up the egg whites. Okay, 1. You just tried from the halls. You know what, that's, we all learn, nobody in here, even people who are really excellent cooks, we've all made mistakes. You guys have watched me make mistakes right here. So that's how you learn. You're like, oh, that didn't really work. I'll have to do something else. Or somebody in chat goes, you know, have you ever tried it this way? And I've gone, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? That's genius. Kanara's done that to me a couple of times. She's gone, why don't you put your pie dough and wrap it up and let it sit for a little while? And I'm like, why did I not think of that? Why did I not think about putting my pie dough to make it easier to roll out? So, we are making creme brulee, yes. So, I need to, I have, can you come down here and let's see here. Yeah, can you turn that off? I think that's probably pretty good. I'll check it in a second after I wash my hands.
It smells good.
I know, because it's like vanilla milk. What's not to like about vanilla milk?
I didn't splash it. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are we gonna do with him? All right.
It's hard to find good help.
It is. It very much is.
Let's see the torch.
What? Let's see the torch. Oh, I have one somewhere. I need to find it. You can also stick it under a broiler. I'll see if I can find it during the stream sometime. Because I have things we can do in between while things are cooking and stuff. But then once I started writing out everything I need to do, I was like, oh, I may not have time to do some of that stuff.
I mean, you're not wrong, Fluffy Bakery. I already forgot to comment on Dana's hair today.
Yep. Let it sit for a few minutes.
So I'm like halfway to the doghouse as it is.
All right, so we're just letting that vanilla bean steep in there for a couple of minutes, and then we'll temper the eggs, right? So we're gonna take this warm liquid, we're gonna pour a little bit of it in here and get this stirred, and then pour this back in there, and then we'll have our custard. So does if you put it under the broiler. You can still caramelize the sugar under the broiler. What does creme brulee taste like? So it's a custard, and most places will have vanilla. It'll be a vanilla flavored, and then it's got that burnt sugar on the top kind of flavor. So
it kind of gets,
Never
the
had
sugar
it.
kind of gets in your teeth and it's kind of sticky.
yeah, which is weird that you like that because,
No, I specifically said I enjoy cracking into it.
ah,
I don't crack into it with my teeth. That would be weird.
but you're weird.
You're the one that said yes, Dana. So what does that make you?
I know I'm weird. I don't know.
Okay.
And so when you're cooking creme brulee, you want to put it in a water bath. So we're going to be putting water here. We're going to put it a little more than halfway up these cups, and then that helps protect it. The top hopefully doesn't break, you know, like a pumpkin pie does on the top. And it gives it a nice, a slower, more even cook than if we were just to slide it into the oven this way. So if you notice, Robbie has put out there on Nightbot that if you are subbing or doing bits for anybody on Twitch, and you're on your mobile phone, you should go log in online on your phone rather than use the app because it's cheaper. For some, you know, they have to pay Apple and Google. So they decide to pass that on to us because, you know, they're Amazon, they don't make enough money. The meat is starting to smell good. So that's good. All right, here. So after this, we're gonna make the soup. So let's take, I wanna taste this first and see if I've got enough vanilla flavor in here for me.
Nice light ball thing. There's three of them. It's just hiding behind the
Light ball?
these. Dana?
What?
These.
Oh, these. Oh, yeah, I've got the lights in our kitchen. They need to be cleaned. I shouldn't be pointing out all the things that are wrong, should I? right, this was actually not hot enough, so I'm gonna let it heat up again. Lose a ton of money to his ex-wife recently. I don't know, I don't keep up with that stuff. Whatever, millionaire, billionaire problems.
I mean, if you're still a billionaire afterwards, how bad can it be?
I just don't understand. If you've got $1 billion, why do you need more money?
For the next divorce?
I don't know. Maybe that's it. A Final Fantasy market? Maybe. So I am Draco 7 times. So welcome in. Is this your first time in here? I see you're a first time chatter. You can totally ignore any question I ask you if you want to. It's okay.
I do.
Robbie ignores me all the time. My clients will sometimes say, I'm sorry, did you ask a question? Yeah, it's your money. You don't want to answer my question, it's fine.
I was going to say, I'm at least not paying you.
You like food a lot. Well, we're glad that you're here. How did you find us? I'm always curious as to how people end up over here. We've been doing this this is our 3rd anniversary? 4th anniversary. See, I don't even know.
Math.
That's why I have you.
Because how many days is it to your 4th anniversary? Do you remember? Is it like the 6th of the month? Or?
No, I think it was after that. I think it was like the 13th or 14th or something like that, wasn't it? Because we started, once I decided that I was going to do this, I was in school. I was working on my PhD. And Robbie, I had decided that I was going to do this in like January or February, but I said, but only after the semester's over. And Robbie started talking about it every day. And I finally looked at him, I says, I have like 8 papers to write, and I don't have mental space for this yet. And I said, so on this day, you can start talking to me about it. And he woke up that morning, and he hasn't stopped talking about it since, so. Which is fine. A broken student just found the stream randomly. Well, we're glad that you are here. Food and drink, bring snacks. Exactly. Listen to Suki. Suki's been here a while. She gets it. Suki gets it.
Cadbury chocolate will work.
Excellent. You know what I forgot to do? You know why this doesn't have enough vanilla flavor? I forgot to split the vanilla bean. Let's do that. It's going to be hot. Don't forget to split your vanilla bean or you're not going to get a whole lot of vanilla flavor.
So it's just sitting in there?
Yeah, it's steeping. But when you don't have the beans are where the flavor is, right? So you want to split it open so that the seeds, which have the flavor.
I think we've heard spaceship or alien. We had some eyes on it for Halloween.
We did. It was our mummy, it was our spaceman mummy for Halloween. All right. Now I'm going to get in here with another.
Oh, now they're. Why did they not change?
Because sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
They usually do. The application.
Michelin Star, very, very hard to get. The restaurant that we went to did not have a Michelin Star, but Michelin has the rating system. They have 1, 2, 3 stars. And they also have something that is called, why am I blanking on it? The something gourmand. What's the name of the Michelin man? It's his name.
Oh, it's his name?
Mm-hmm. And gourmand, it's a shortened version of his name, gourmand, which is like, hey, they have great food, great prices. So they're not right at Michelin Star yet, but they are, go for it. So with that, so more Dr. Pepper. All right, while I let that steep, let's get you up on the board. I don't have red. I know red's your favorite. I have purple sparkly though. Is purple sparkly going to do the job? I hope so, because that's what you're getting. But thank you for subscribing. All right, more Dr. Pepper. I always want to put drink more Dr. Pepper. I wonder why.
You know,
wonder if I'm
Dr.
gonna do
Pepper
that.
sells more than Pepsi now, right?
I did read that somewhere recently.
Let's see,
Like a few months
Mom knows
ago.
what's going on with the Dr. Pepper emotes.
There we go. And Martha's thoughts on the Gordon Ramsay. I mean, both excellent at what they do. I don't know that yelling at people, I'm a therapist, I don't know that constantly yelling at people in the kitchen is the best way to go, but I've watched over the years, not just him, but Robert Irvine and stuff, like kind of calm down and realize they need to do some more, maybe more therapeutic stuff with
Yeah, 'cause
people.
it seems like neither of those guys yells.
Yes.
nearly as
Okay, so it's called Bib Gourmand is the thing. Thank you so much, Jedi, for that
much. Banter.
banter.
But yeah, on the shows that we check out these days, I don't see him yelling.
No, not like he used to.
I mean, that means that
He
he's
still has
less,
the attitude.
He's less memeable. It was funny because he was the one that asked, "What's Twitch?" a
Yes.
few years ago, right?
To what's her name? What is her name?
Is it birthday?
Isabirdy. Trish Isabirdy.
Hey, Luminology.
All right, let's get some of these beans out here.
You know, Luminology's been in this kitchen.
Yes, that is
Still at
true.
work. Drop an alert.
Made some delicious queso. Brought me queso. I love it when people bring me food. It's the best. All right. All right, we got some beans out of that.
Oh, that was what his response to it? Oh, boy.
What? A bean stick. Yeah, it's like a little bean. It's flexible and you can split it, and then all of the vanilla flavors on the inside on these teeny tiny, almost microscopic beans. And that's where your flavor is. So if you use, so you can make this without using vanilla beans. You don't want to go spend a ton of money on a vanilla bean. You can use vanilla paste, vanilla extract, and that is perfectly fine. I usually like when I pull a recipe up and it's a little different than something I usually do, I like to try and follow it a little closely. But I will tell you, I'm not a rule follower.
Dana tries to go the extra mile for you guys.
I do. I go spend money. It gives me, you guys give me an excuse to buy the expensive things. It is going to be a custard for the creme brulee, because creme brulee is a custard. It's a type of custard.
Sure.
So we're going to add this, and we do it this way so that we do not scramble the eggs. We gently start to warm the egg yolks up. Now, if I were making ice cream, we would put this back on the stove. We've got a little bunch of beans together. Smush them, go everywhere, little beans. These are the things I think in my head or say out loud when you're not here.
So would you say it's very expensive, Dana?
Creme brulee, I mean, it's got eggs, so depending on the price of eggs, but overall it's eggs, cream, sugar, a little vanilla, and a little salt. So I would say in general, when the price of eggs isn't crazy, it's not a super expensive dessert. So Stony Bree, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. All right, so now we're gonna go the other way. We're gonna pour this into the rest of the milk. And like I said, if I were making ice cream, I would heat this up until it started to stick to the back of a spoon. Coat the back of the spoon really nicely. This is gonna actually cook in the oven. So if
What's
you're making,
the difference between custard and this?
I would have to go and look at the recipes, to be honest with you. I think with regular custard, like if I'm doing like banana pudding, and I like to make my own custard for that, I don't buy box stuff because I think that the flavor difference is a lot, is that I would cook it on the stove. Okay, so the ingredients are very, very similar, but I'd cook it on the stove and then I would let it cool a little in the to like almost room temperature, and then I'd stick it in the refrigerator. This, we're gonna cook in the oven. So we're doing it in a water bath. And that first one may have gotten a little too much in it.
I am a big banana pudding fan as well.
Yes, well, that's why one of the reasons I learned to do it from scratch, because Robbie's like, I want banana pudding. And I was like, well, we're not buying the Jell-O stuff. I have nothing against it personally. I ate it a ton for the longest time, but now I like to play in the kitchen. I like to know what's in my food. All right, so the oven is at 325, and we're gonna put this in there for about 30 to 40 minutes. So we'll check it at around 30 minutes. And again, it's in a water bath, so I don't know if you noticed that.
And what does that water bath do again?
What it does is it helps the custard coat evenly. It also keeps moisture in the oven so that the top of the custard is less likely to crack. Because you know, like when you cook a pumpkin pie or cheesecake or anything like that, a lot of times you'll get the cracks on the top of it, which, you know, it doesn't hurt the taste, but if you're, you know, trying to make something that's Michelin-y, you want it to look pretty and perfect. So, but it helps it cook more evenly.
I try to help her keep up with chat. Hi.
The invisible guy. Oh, so the invisible guy, I am Draco, and anybody else who's new in here is Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy. He is my tech guy, my fiance, my part-time dishwasher, my logistical elevation technician, dog wrangler, and a chauffeur. So, and without him, there would be no stream, because I decided to do this stream because I did not have to do the tech stuff. Now, I was a radio, TV, film major, but that was back in the 80s. And so I worked in radio and television in the 80s, early 90s. So everything is so very different now. I could learn it, but I would be spending my time doing that rather than spending my time coming up with really delicious, yummy recipes. So here we go. It sounds like Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy. And you can make up your own name for him. His real name is Robert, Robbie. But one of the other food and drink streamers, Kanara, accidentally called him Randy for an entire stream, and we just laughed over here and didn't correct her. And that's how he became Robbie Randy. And then he wore a big wig one time that was a very 80s looking thing, and then we named him Ricky. And then when he shows his, that's Roy.
She specifically said no to Roy during the proposal.
No, I wasn't an anchor person. I was behind the scenes for the most part. Now on radio, I did do some voice stuff. I did some commercials and weather and nothing big, nothing major. So I love.
I've never done any commercials on the radio, Dana.
Well, that
sounds pretty big to me.
That's not my fault. They're so good. Your second attempt was great. That is awesome. All right. So, timer. Let's set a timer. How about we do that? We're gonna do 30 minutes on our timer, and when that goes off, we'll check it, see if it needs a little more time in there. And if it doesn't, we're gonna let them sit out and cool for a few minutes before we stick them in the refrigerator, and hopefully they'll get cooled down before we are ready to eat them. All right, let's make our soup. I need to chop some things for our soup. I have not successfully used this beautiful custom knife that was made for me without cutting myself. It draws blood every time. Let's see if we can do it today.
It's a Johnson knife.
It's a Johnson knife. And if you're not familiar with him, he streams. And he streams basically, does he stream Monday through Friday all day, or does he stream 7 days a week?
No, he's typically Monday through Friday. He might take a break for lunch and come back in the afternoon. A Mortal Kombat knife.
He's like all day. It is, well, he told me when I cut myself the first time on it, and he's like, first blood, the knife likes you.
And he gives away knives, guys.
Yeah. So if you like these, see, mine has this is my logo right here. It's hard to show because the knife is, there we go.
Perfect.
All right, so that's my logo. That's his logo. But he gives knives away. Robbie and I have actually each won paring knives from him. So that's super cool.
And he says all the time his goal is to never sell another knife. He just wants to give them all away eventually.
All right. Let's start with, we're going to do half an onion, some garlic. Where is my jalapeno? Oh, jalapeno. I know we're going to need that. I know we're going to need that. I know. I swear.
That's a lot of ginger.
When I have to have people at the supermarket pick stuff out for me because I don't have time. Is the jalapeno over here?
How did Carmen San Diego night go, Dana?
I thought it went great. It went great. I made 5 different cicchetti. 5 different cicchetti.
If you want to see that, it is on the Discord.
Yeah, so what I made is on Discord. So it was tough because everybody else was making like a dish. And I made like 5 things because mine was all like about cicchetti. It was about getting together with your peoples.
Just don't call it tapas.
Don't call it tapas. Don't go, yes,
like
cicchetti are like tapas. The people in Venice, they will cut you.
And she's not kidding, because there was one of our food tours. She got unfriended on Facebook for breaking her spaghetti in half.
Not me. Our tour guide.
That's what I'm saying. And she wasn't kidding.
She's like, one of my friends watched me on Instagram break my spaghetti, and then they unfriended me and wouldn't talk to me. I'm like, you know what? I think that person who unfriended you, you might be better off without them.
Yeah, Jedi, sometimes with those collaborations, they can get kind of crazy.
I agree.
The one that we're doing with Kanara for World of Warcraft will
It'll just be me and her.
Just 2 people.
And so that should be okay, because I think the problem comes is that not everybody recognizes if you're not talking, turn your mic off, mute yourself, because you've got kitchen noises coming from 5 or 6 different people, and that's just too much. That's too much. Okay, what we're building right now, guys, is we're cutting all of the stuff for our tom kha gai soup. So a coconut type soup. This is what our raviolo is going to go into. It's going to be in this soup.
Have you made biscuits on stream before?
Made what on stream?
Biscuits?
I have. I've made them a couple different ways. I talked about how I don't like recipes that tell you to melt your butter for your biscuits. You can. You'll get an okay biscuit, but you want the really fluffy biscuits? You're better using really cold butter.
You know, I used to worry about the mandolin. Now I just worry about
the knife. Well, notice how slowly I'm taking it, because I really am trying to not draw any more blood from this knife. All right. Okay, we've got some onion. We need some garlic. That is one thing I did not bring over.
And Jed, I think that's another reason why we settled on just 2 competitors at a time for Food Fight.
It might be safer with the mandolin, I agree. That is one of the reasons I did it, because in watching, especially I was on Teeds and watching Teeds, and I love what he created with his competition. And I decided that what I really wanted when I was developing this, when Darth and I were developing this together, is what we decided is we really wanted to get to know the people, right? We wanted to be able to talk to them, get to know them. And I think when you have a lot of people, you don't have that opportunity as much, because it's chaos, right? But if I got 2 people, I can go, all right, tell me a little bit about what you're making. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And then we have on ours now the really great questions of where it's just random questions. Like, what's your favorite movie? If you could be I think you get to know people better that way. So I like those. And people seem to like those. All right.
There
Robbie's.
you go, if you want to check out his channel, Draco. He hasn't really streamed in a while. He's been pretty busy with a new job. And
He's got baby coming. Do you know how close they are?
I don't.
They are like 3 or 4 weeks away. They are close.
But what is that in Australian time, Dana?
I think that's about 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I'm so excited for him and that.
Which is still amazing that he's been here as well, all the way from Australia.
Stayed with us here. So I have a baby gift to send him. It's a, oh, should I show you guys what we got Teeds? We should totally show them.
Ice does come out of that fridge when it cooperates. Sometimes we have to bang on the pile of ice inside the door.
And sometimes it just randomly decides to go all over the kitchen. So that's always fun.
Keeps us on our toes.
All right, our garlic. This is where I usually end up
Cutting yourself?
cutting myself, is doing that. Yeah, is my bench scraper's probably
It
in
is
here.
a big
isn't
fridge,
here?
that's for sure.
Especially if you're not in the United States, it's a big fridge. I love it when Robbie and I watch things like House Hunters and people are in like some small European country and they go, this fridge is too tiny, this kitchen, it's like, this is the way they live. They ain't gonna do it because you're American. That's a lot of ginger. Let's do that much ginger. Put that over there. All right. So a spoon is a really good way to get the peel off of the ginger, especially if you don't have super sharp knives. This knife is super sharp, as are all my knives now, because Johnson came and sharpened not just all my knives, but anybody who brought their knives that night. Got to have sat out on my patio. Is that the Fluffy Bakeries?
Oh.
Nice. Very, very, very nice. So inch slices. So this just one slice. I'm not going to do slices because I think that won't work with the pasta. I'm actually a little worried about the even the onion being in slices because that's not the way Robbie's broth was. But we're going to go with it. But I think I'm going to grate the ginger. That's what I'm going to do. We
actually flew into Birmingham last month as part of our trip.
We did. So, hello, Kyle! Hello, welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in a date night. In is rating in, and hello, Gecko, Hecko, Koo. I love that name. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Elser. How are you, Kyle? Welcome in, Raiders. And everybody who's coming in with Kyle. I love Kyle. She's the best. So guys, if you're not following A Date Night In yet, you need to get over there and do that. She's even made a cookbook, and I know we still need to cook something out of it. I'll put that on my brain for one of my later things. And Laura Gale, thank you so very much. And Silver G, welcome in, welcome in. My name is Dana. I am a home chef in North Texas, and tonight we my menu is inspired by a Michelin Bib Gourmand distinguished restaurant in Nice, France. So Kyle, how was your stream? What did you guys do today? I do meal redemptions as well, and thank you for those follows, Gecko and Dave, and I can't see the rest of them because they're covered up by stuff, but thank you so much for those follows.
And Draco follows.
Yeah. So, oh, thank you, Twilight Wolf, for that gift sub to I Am Draco. That is so nice. Thank you.
Hey, Maka Waka.
And Maka Waka's here. Hello, welcome in. So this is what we're doing tonight, okay?
Did you show off the ring since they're saying congratulations?
Here we go. This is what we're saying congratulations about, because on our trip, Robbie and I got engaged. So there we go. Because before I was always calling Robbie my sometimes boyfriend, and now he gets to be called my fiance.
I've been upgraded.
Woohoo! Thank you, thank you. So on our trip, when we got engaged, one of the places we went to was, and we had lunch there, was a Michelin restaurant that falls under the Bib Gourmand, which means it doesn't have a star. It's kind of like a notable place that does wonderful, delicious food, but at a price most of us can afford, as opposed to a Michelin Star restaurant where you're paying $300-400 per person for your food, right? And it was delicious. So what we're making tonight is inspired by Robbie's dinner or lunch that day. I know you're not the only one, and we just kind of got tired of telling people, well, we're not married yet. So it only took Robbie 9 years. It's fine.
Not quite.
9 years.
Not quite. She's rounding up.
By like a
She's
week.
exaggerating.
By a week. I'm exaggerating. So not hubby, but yes, here he is. Soon to be hubby. But I told him we won't talk about the other stuff. He just started a new job, so he needs a couple of weeks to acclimate into that.
Literally.
Just started it. Oh, thank you, Silver G. Do you need to do that?
Ooh,
Robbie needs to go over there and do it because
I
it's
gotta
broken. So hang on a second, Silver G. Thank you so much. All right, so what we're right now, I've got creme brulee in the oven. I've also got beef cheeks that are cooking in tallow and duck fat in the oven. So we're making a confit, a beef cheek confit. And then we're gonna actually add some vegetables to that, some baby carrot, real baby carrots. I know you just got here with Kyle, but I have a real big problem when people call the carrots that are called baby carrots in the bags baby carrots, because they're not baby carrots. They taste different. So these are real baby carrots. Little bitty baby carrots before they get real mature. So they're a little sweeter, a little more tender. And we're gonna be doing some peas with it and a little mashed potatoes and then a parsley sauce with it. Our appetizer is going to be this coconut soup called Tom Kha Gai. And we're gonna be doing a cheese raviolo in that. And that's what we're building right now. And so we've got pasta dough resting. So we're in the groove. We're in the groove. Robbie's moving the chat like this, so I can't, he's, I think, trying to make sure we don't miss anything. All right, so I am into, we've cut some onions, we've got some garlic, I'm gonna grate some ginger. If you want if you're not a huge ginger fan and you want something that's maybe a little more subtle, don't grate your finger, Dana. That's not good. You can use galangal. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I was going to grab that at the supermarket, but for once they didn't actually have it at my supermarket. We're going to be using some lemongrass. We're going to be using some red Thai curry in there. And when we're done building our soup, we're going to
thank you for that.
Get our potatoes. Thank you, Lennox. Or Gecko, Hecko, that wasn't Lanix, it was Gecko.
I said hi to Lanix.
Oh, you said hi to Lanix. It's fine. Everything is fine, everybody.
I'm just throwing you off, Dana.
You are. Nothing new, nothing new. All right, we're gonna have some
terrible co-host.
Coconut oil, some coconut milk, all that good stuff. And then we're gonna try and foam the top of it to make it really super fancy. I'm gonna try and plate this like it's like Michelin Star place.
Do you guys want to see pictures from their website to be able to compare it to?
Oh yeah. Now keep in mind, I'm not making exactly what they have in the pictures because their menu changes based on what they can find in the market. So they have like some standards. I see that like the beef is a standard, but what goes with the beef changes a little bit based on what they find in the market. And what's so cool about Nice, I loved it. We could walk, it was like half a mile from where we were staying. Beautiful flower market and just every fruit and vegetable. Just so many fruits and vegetables and lavender from Provence and It was awesome.
That came
Street
in handy in
food.
Bellagio.
It did. We bought some lavender there, but we had ants in the apartment that nobody would take care of. So we just threw lavender everywhere, and that seemed to help. Seems like a way to do it. So, all right, let's see here. So this said to slice it. If I were just doing that soup without the raviolo in it, I would probably go ahead and slice this, but I just figured that wouldn't be a great texture with the raviolo. We want the flavor. And I love the smell of ginger. I actually had ginger gelato. Did you remember that? Remember when I had ginger gelato?
Yes, that was one of the last ones you had, right?
Here we go. Nice. Ooh, are you set up to do any giveaways? He's laughing at me.
I mean, we can be.
Because we could give one of our... I was telling everybody when we got back in town that you guys are kind of all like family, right? We're all a big family here. And so we have souvenirs. We don't have souvenirs for everybody. So we have to do some giveaways differently. All right. So does anybody want to do a little giveaway? Did you see my nice Nice towel that I just showed you there? I've got one that hasn't been used. I know, it's a little souvenir, right? It's not a big thing, but it's a little thing. Michael's like, I'm ready. I don't think Robbie has set it up yet. Maybe he'll set it up where it says nice, meaning niece. And then we can do a little giveaway there. And I'm good at chipping things. I'm just a little slow. All right, this is a red jalapeno I've got here, guys. A red jalapeno. So we're gonna slice about half of that up. Hey, Kyle, if you're still there, do you have one of Johnson's knives? Because I have this nice one here, and I keep cutting myself on it. All right, here we go, lemongrass stalks. So
it's a towel from, kitchen towel from Nice?
Huh? Yes, kitchen towel from Nice. Blast beats, that's right. Everybody's ready. We're not doing it yet, hang on. Does Robbie have it ready?
I do.
Okay, Robbie's got it ready. Now you can do that. And we'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get in there and put exclamation point, nice, or if you're in France, maybe Nice. Either way. All right, so I want to take the top part of that off. And you can also take a knife, by the way, and do this.
Jeez.
We'll do both. How's that? Now this wants me to put like 2-inch pieces. We'll do some to put maybe on the top. But what I really want is to put littler pieces in there. Who loves lemongrass? I love lemongrass. Lemongrass. You guys should check it out. Kyle has her own cookbook. I've got it somewhere. Maybe I'll find it. Maybe Robbie will find it. It may be in the cabinet. I may have put it away for the party. All right.
I see the World of Warcraft one.
I put some things away. Oh, there. Yes. Well, that's not the one I want. And then
So like down here in the cabinet?
Yeah, that's right. Or wait a minute. Do I have a stack? No, that is the stack. You had the stack there. Or is it over where I read? I don't know. I don't know. You cannot live without lemongrass or cilantro. Oh, your mom used to have it growing? That's awesome. I would be using it all of the time. All right, I don't think I need the mushrooms yet. So we're gonna go ahead and cut everything and do all of our mise en place. So at the end, when I'm running around like a crazy person, we'll be good. We'll be all good. All right, so I'm just gonna slice these because we're probably just gonna float a couple of these on the top of the soup. Did you find it? I have so many cookbooks, guys. So many cookbooks.
Didn't realize there was a second shelf.
Oh. There's like more than 2 shelves, Robbie. So there we go. There's the book. Look how cute they are. And look at all of these beautiful pictures on the inside of the food. Isn't that amazing? So anyways, you can check that out. So you like lemongrass candles? It adds such a great scent to things, a great aroma, right? All right, now let's start building our soup. Oh, you want fish sauce too? I didn't get that out yet. Well, I can get that out in a second. Coconut
Jedi finds
oil.
the best stuff.
I find the best stuff?
Jedi does.
Oh, Jedi finds the best stuff. All salvage from the... You do find the best stuff. All right, so we're going to start here with some coconut oil. We're going to melt that, about a tablespoon. So while we get that started, I'll go look for my fish sauce. Not the one that Robbie dropped in the garage. You might never live that one down.
It still smells on a really hot day, guys.
3 years later. 3 years later. All right.
Didn't even make it like 2 feet. I dropped it so fast right out of the car.
And it was a big bottle too. Where is my fish sauce?
Well, if you're gonna make a mistake and drop something, Dana, you gotta make it big.
Make it worthwhile. Make it so we remember that mistake forever.
You don't want to drop like a tiny bottle of hot sauce. You know, you want to drop the giant bottle of fish sauce.
A sealed 5-pound bag of granola. Oh my gosh. I have so many cookbooks. We're gonna add onion, garlic, jalapeno, ginger, lemongrass, oh, and red curry paste. I need to get that out. I haven't gotten that out yet. Da, 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 da. I know this sounds like a really weird thing for a restaurant in France. It's neither Italian nor French. It's just yummy. So sometimes the universe is looking out for you and says, you don't want to do the food tour, you really want to go to this restaurant. That's what I think was happening there, Robbie.
Or it felt really bad for us.
It felt bad. Maybe we can put the onion.
We thought we were late and the group left without us, and it turns out it didn't exist. And the other couples that we thought were kind of looking around were probably maybe
So
in the
we
same
think
boat.
we were not the only people who thought there was a food tour, thought they had signed up for a food tour. Now we'll put our ginger in there. And we're going to use a Jedi tool. Jedi knows how to fashion tools for himself and for us.
The cooking textbooks, huh?
One of the lists you have, the cooking textbooks, is still framed with one. That is handy. That's handy right there. So, oh, thank you, Faded Epitaph. Yeah, even if I know you can't see it on the tile behind me, but the tile is stone, glass, and stainless steel. So there's all different ones. It's mostly stone, but it's also got the other stuff in it. All right, chicken broth. How much chicken broth? 4 cups. Now this recipe has us adding chicken, but I'm not going to actually add the chicken in here because we're going to be making a raviolo to go in there. So the flavor for the chicken flavor will come from the broth. Oh wait, and I think I've got one open from the other night. I do. I've been using a lot of chicken broth lately. That goes in there.
That'll fill up the trash bowl in a hurry.
Yeah, I probably should just throw that away. So the good news is, I mean, I do have to work 1 hour tomorrow, but I'm doing this tonight because I thought I should probably do this on a Sunday when I have feel like I have a little more time, but I went, nah. All right, so basically what we're doing here is we're just kind of sweating all of these vegetables. We're not trying to brown them.
Got a question for you, Dana.
Somebody's got a question. Yes, raviolo typically means like a bigger ravioli. So, you know, ravioli are usually like about this big, maybe a little smaller. So when you say a raviolo, you're usually talking about a bigger one. If you get, like, go to a restaurant, you get like 4 or 5 on your plate and they're great big. Some people call those raviolos. So Royce, hello. Thank you so much for the sub. Let's get you up on the board behind me.
2 years.
I know, 2 years. Can you believe it?
How you doing, Mind of Royce?
How are things going for you? I'm gonna have Robbie write that out because I'm in the middle of trying to do some things.
The recovery's still going well?
All right. I think we've got some good sweat in there. We're gonna put 4 cups of chicken broth in here. Alrighty.
Need a darker marker. That's not gonna work.
All right. So the good news is we're gonna be straining out all these aromatics, so I don't have to worry about them showing up in my soup. I'm going to stick this on a back burner over here and let that simmer. Wrong one. We're going to let that come to a boil and then we're going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes. We're going to strain the aromatics out then and we're going to add our coconut cream and mushrooms and add our fish sauce or coconut sugar and a little lime juice, okay? So we've got these. I'm gonna stick these in a little bowl to get them out of the way, because that will be for later. We aren't gonna be putting chicken in ours. Okay, what did I have after this? All right, let's prep some potatoes and get those going. So we need to boil those so we can make some mashed potatoes. Funny looking, hello. 48 pounds. That's great. That's great. I look like your English teacher. My English ain't so good sometimes. All right, I think that is the creme brulee. So before we start the potatoes, let's check our creme brulee, see how it is doing. It looks pretty set. Let me double check. We'll check one.
Thank you.
I think that does look pretty set. So we're
Said
gonna.
That's a nice kitchen, Dana.
Thank you, thank you. When I bought this house, this kitchen was a hot mess, but it had so much potential. It makes me so mad when I go places and they have so much potential. So, all right, so here's what our creme brulee looks like so far. Okay, so we are going to, did it tell me, I can't remember if I'm supposed to drain the water or not, probably. We've got it in there. 30, 40 minutes. Cool completely. And then refrigerate. We're not going to be able to cool it completely, but we are going to let it sit out for a few minutes. I'm going to put it on a different tray to stick in the refrigerator. So we'll get it out of the hot vessel here.
Elser, you have a great weekend
You
as
have
well.
a good weekend. All right,
I hope your Friday is already going well.
Robbie's ready for Friday.
I'm looking forward to my first weekend after starting the new job. Not that it's not going well, I'm just looking forward to it.
Not looking for. Looking forward to not getting up in the morning and having to take a shower first. Look at that. I keep messing them up, Robbie.
I think this color on this camera is a little bit more accurate than
Yeah.
the stealth cam. Ooh, and it's a long weekend there for Elser.
Nice. Nice. I wasn't going to work tomorrow, but I had one person I couldn't fit in on Monday because my doctor's office was running late. So I said, fine, we'll do something on Friday. Making me feel bad. Pook's Peak! Oh my gosh, Pook's Peak, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you so much. So Robbie's going to write out.
What are those, Dana?
What are these? This is going to become creme brulee. So right now, I messed 2 of them up. I hit them with the tongs.
Those
We're going
will
to
be
let them
mine. It's
cool.
fine.
We're going to let them cool so that we get a little closer to room temperature. And then we're going to stick them in the refrigerator, and hopefully they get cold enough. And I've got to see if I can find my torch, and if I can't, they're going to have to, I'm just walking around in circles. Then we're going to have to put them under the broiler to finish them up. So if you just got in here, I give you like 1 more minute, exclamation point, nice, but really it's nice. And for a towel, a kitchen towel that looks like this, all the way from France. Unless you're in France, and then you'll be like, you'll just be sending it back to me over here. So, but I got one for you because you're my family. You bring souvenirs to family. Laura Gail, thank you so much for that follow. I'm going to stick this over here out of the way, let them cool, and get moving on the next thing. So, and then in a minute here, let's give you 60 seconds, and then we'll pull for who gets the nice niece. Did you see what I did there? Towel.
I saw what you did. The odds are pretty good for the giveaway right now.
Exclamation point, nice. Okay, potatoes. I'm gonna get a pot.
Got Lance in there, and Laura Gale, Kate, Twilight Wolf, Mythical Suki, Reps Rockets, and Michael's in there.
Cool. Anybody else? Anybody else? Exclamation point. I do ship. And this is light enough, I'll ship it overseas. So if you're afraid because you're overseas, or you're in Canada, or someplace else, I have found how I can send things where I can afford to do it. So.
Laura.
So that's it. It was a nice niece and niece, exactly. I know that my nieces would have loved to go to Nice with me and have a nice time.
All right, we ready?
Are we ready, everybody?
Are we
You ready?
Hold on,
Let's go.
I got a button for this now.
All right. The winner is Michael. Michael, you won. Woo! All right. right, so Michael Bublé has won the nice Nice towel. I should have your information somewhere, but if I don't, I will get in contact with you and say you need to give it to me again. So, ta-da! Michael gets the first souvenir from our trip. And we thought of you. Ask Robbie. I'd be like, Robbie, we've got today, I've got to get something for the family. I gotta get something.
She did. My only concern was fitting all this stuff in the suitcases on the way back.
There were things I wanted to buy and we were like, not practical. But this actually came from, that towel actually came from the flower market in Nice.
Did you see this, Dana?
Which was the gift. Oh, since she liked your last gift, you want me to send it to Aspie? Okay, I can certainly do that. That's very sweet of you. I may throw some lavender in there for her as well. So there we go. That's super, super sweet. Yeah, she did love the hat.
That's something we didn't buy. The dangly.
I know, we forgot to get that. That's like touristy to a. They had like Pikachu hats, and they had the things that hang down, but when you would press them, then the little Pikachu ears would move.
How long in advance did you plan the trip, and was it a tour?
It was not a tour, and we had been talking about it for several months, but I don't think we started putting it together until February. Was it January or February? Because it was after Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it didn't help that we got sick for 3 weeks at Thanksgiving and 3 weeks in January.
So, yeah, so normally we would have planned it a little earlier, but no, we didn't go on a tour, but we do have, if anybody's ever going to Venice or going to Rome, I have the best food tour guides for you because they were amazing. All right, this needs to go to a simmer.
And Rocky is chilling outside, otherwise known as Teddy's twin.
Yep. He was so happy. He apparently was misbehaving the last few days he was there, and they're like, 3 weeks may be a little too long for Rocky, and we're like, Plan B, which we don't have yet. No Plan B yet, but we'll have to come up with one in case we want to do a long trip again. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you notice, I have not started boiling the water yet for the potatoes, because if you're cooking potatoes...
No, we did not take Rocky.
No.
He was at puppy camp.
He was at puppy camp and he started misbehaving.
And he's like, I know I like it here, but I want to go home.
I want to go home, and you guys are all on my bad list. And so he started just misbehaving with the other dogs and guarding his food, even when there was no food. So he didn't get to socialize the last few days with anybody.
He behaved for his bath on the last day, probably because he knew that meant he was going home.
He does know that bath time at camp means, I get picked up today. Robbie's coming. All right, you're cooking potatoes, you start in cold water. You're cooking tender vegetables of any kind, boiling water, and then you put the vegetables in.
They are quite the little rascals, it's true.
So he's pretty happy because he can go outside almost anytime he wants to. He gets to take walks.
He was so excited for that first walk after we got back. Because he gets excited normally. But he was just
like,
over the top.
We're going on a walk. I'm going outside.
Like so excited he doesn't know how legs work and that he's just going to fall over. And like
everything smells so good. All right, let's get those started. I hope I didn't forget to put anything on my list. Make Okay, soup, we've got that. That's going. That's going. That's going. All right, now I'm gonna.
We didn't get a date night in up there for the raid dinner.
What? I got so excited.
So maybe a purple one? Or, you have a different one for that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Bates get a different thing. We gotta put that in there. Did this one not? Yeah, it does have it. Is that supposed to go in now? No, guys. Oh, red curry paste is supposed to be in there right now. Let me put that in there. About 2 teaspoons. I saw my red curry paste and I'm like, wait a minute. I think that is supposed to be in my soup. Oh, that smells so good. So good.
I remembered Kyle.
Sorry, Kyle, that I forgot to put you on the refrigerator because that is my job. And I messed it up. I'm still getting acclimated to, streaming again. So, all right. Next is to chop some things. So I need to get some green onions out. I need to wash a couple of those real quick.
The door is ajar. The door is ajar.
What am I gonna do with it?
Thank you for closing the door.
Robbie doesn't like it when the door to the refrigerator is open.
Are we trying to cool down the whole neighborhood, Dana?
Yep, I sure am. All right. If these look a little dirty, it's because I'm reusing the bowls that had the other vegetables in them. So, shh. And don't cut yourself, Dana. Don't do it.
Yeah, you guys think that I cut slow normally. See the slow motion I'm in with this knife.
I thought Robbie was never going to get stuff cut with this knife. He was very, very slow and careful.
I would want like a Kevlar glove wrapped in a Kevlar glove.
I have 2. We could do 2 of them. All right. Let's see here.
You know, one of my old friends would show off his gloves because he worked with like dangerous robot stuff.
Dangerous
He's like, yeah,
robot
this is in case
stuff.
they go rogue, that they won't like cut me.
So I'm not very good at I need to like go to like boot camp so I can learn to do things like garnishes and stuff. Who thinks I should go to culinary boot camp?
Sure you don't want to go to the CIA instead, Dana?
That's what I'm talking about. That's culinary boot camp. They have culinary boot camp at the CIA.
Shout out to Nate Shot.
Yes.
I'm saying that because that's referencing.
Oh, because he thought
he asked if you were in
Nate
the
Shot
CIA.
thought I might be in the CIA.
She whispered for me to go take care of
Because I was like, Robbie, can you go take care of some things for me? He's like, what is this CIA stuff that's going on? All right. It helps to have a really sharp knife to do some of these things, Robbie. We're going to stick that in there. I don't know. I may change my mind. Who knows?
I just know that I learned to stop mentioning cow costumes after that.
Ooh, maybe that should be one of our incentives. Go back out and have dinner in our cow costumes again. What do you think? Who wants to see that? Who would like that to be a goal with subs or bits?
Why can't Dana just do it and I film?
It's not fun.
It is fun.
No, it's not. You got to be a part of it. All right, I've got
I want to
that.
see where you share the arms.
Believe it or not, the Tuesday is hotter than the cow costumes.
Oh, it's not even close.
So, because it's like real fleece and it's like really good fleece, where the cow costumes are like fake fleece, but we can also unbutton it.
Well, and
a little bit.
just the fact that I'm a foot taller than you makes it so awkward.
Yeah.
It was a struggle that night.
That was fun. Had bud flaps.
She kept messing with mine, Michael.
That could be a thing that maybe in January as a thing. Like we go out in January in that, but not in Texas in the summer. I would pass out. Then we'd be stuck in it and Robbie'd be like, I can't pick her up. It would be a thing. And then the police would have to be called and, you know, not good. All right, so I've done that. I want to slice some little bitty tomatoes. I will actually start building that for the moment. I have a thought. It may not be a good one, but it's a thought. Let me...
Yeah, that knife makes me way too nervous. I can just hear Johnson laughing. Hello, Miss Mish.
Mish, Mish, hello, hello, hello. Greetings and salutations to you as well. We're doing a meal that we had in Nice at a Michelin Bib Gourmand notable place. I am inspired by that. So we're making a little inspired meal from
Even
that
though
one.
I was apparently mean and didn't let Dana
Yep.
taste enough of my food.
It's one of the reasons I can't recreate it, because Robbie ate all of his food and he never offered me. And I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't offer me any of your food.
I think the problem was we walked around so much. I was usually pretty hungry.
Here's a tomato for you. There, I have fed him. Nobody complained.
And if you'd like to check it out, Mish Mish, here's a link to their restaurant.
It's called L'Alchimie. How are you doing? How are things going for you? Make sure you go give Mish Mish a follow. She makes some delicious food as well. And of course, it's usually a little healthier than mine. I wish I had some fresh basil. I have to go look. You know what? This is the first year I have not seen any volunteer basil yet in my
And it
garden.
didn't even get that cold this year, so what's going on?
I don't know.
Maybe Rocky ate it.
I don't think so. I don't think Rocky likes basil.
We're doing pretty good. I think we're almost recovered from the long trip.
This has nothing to do with the restaurant. This just has with Dana playing with small San
Mish Mish
Marzano
says your kitchen
tomatoes.
is so beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. It was fun to do. Puppy Kim! All right, let's see if we can find a puppy for you.
Well, step one, do you have a tablet for me?
It may be in the bedroom if it's not over there. There's a tablet
I'm just going to
somewhere.
go find the dog. We'll do this the
We'll
easy
find the
way.
dog. Okay. Go find the dog. So I'll give you this. Basically, I'm just trying to create a cute little... I'm going to do a cute little salad over here. Because it's Michelin Star, so you're not going to get a lot of food. And I'm not counting my tomato pieces. So I know that if I were there, I would have to have exactly so many tomato pieces and they'd have to be exactly the right size. And this is not happening here, but it's close. It's Dana's first attempt to plate this way. So here we go. There's the puppy.
Which we may
Here
or may not
comes
be
the
able to see
puppy.
because the camera's on the other one.
There we go.
There you go, Twilight Wolf. I
There's
have
your
rounded
puppy.
up the hound. He's like, what is this? I haven't been on camera in a long time.
And let's see if I can get one more on there.
He's like, I smell creme brulee
Okay.
and some soup and potatoes and tomatoes. Look at all those hearts for you, Rocky.
So many hearts for Rocky, even though he doesn't
Can you start
deserve
behaving
them.
to deserve all the hearts?
Melon. We're gonna do, I need the parsley. Oh, I forgot I have radishes too.
This is kind of a good workout to hold out a dog like this.
Is it? This is your workout
Not
for today?
super light.
All right. There's some parsley. Oh yeah, I have microgreens too. We could totally do that.
Microgreens.
Yeah. I have all the things.
Rocky wants to know if you have any bacon
I do not have any bacon.
or ham.
I have prosciutto, but he does not get any.
High five. Hey, Rocky. High five.
He does not
High
get
five.
any. Twilight Wolf wants to high five. Look at him licking his lips. This is not for you. Would you go give him a treat?
Treat. Treat.
Let's see.
All right, hang on. Hold
This
on.
prosciutto. And
trying
then I'm
to
going to cut this melon. This
Stuff
is
his face in the bag over here, Dana.
This is a French melon. It's a little sweeter.
Hold on.
And
Wait.
I have,
Wait.
you know what I forgot to look for? My little bitty, teeny tiny mini melon baller.
He's like, give them to me. There we go. There you go. Good boy. There you go. Good job.
Oh, many, 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 many melon baller. Where have you gone?
We'll do another one of these since he was so good.
I have like a melon baller that's a teeny, teeny, tiny one.
Rocky's
I
not so
don't know.
politely asking for more treats.
Not what?
He's not so politely asking for more.
He's not always very polite.
What are you looking for?
I have like a really teeny tiny, like microscopic mini melon baller.
Is that why you can't find it? Because it's so small?
It's so small, apparently, I cannot find it. Well, I guess we won't be doing that. Plan B. Plan B for the melon. We'll make a shape. Right, when all else fails, make a shape. So we want to cut that stuff out. This may be too small to do any of the shapes I want to do. We'll see. I only got to do 2 of them.
Boy, she's using that knife as a bench scraper. What about an ice cream scooper?
Too big. It needs to be mini, 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 like a really, it's really tiny. I've got I can find my big ones. I can't find my little one. He's gonna go look over in the bar. Pretty sure it's not going to be in the bar. But we'll save some of this melon. We don't want to throw it away. Oh, that piece isn't quite big enough. All right, we're going to pretend. So, shh, we're going to pretend. So one of the things you'll find a lot of over in, yeah, I don't like it. It's not round. Okay, we're going to try again. You'll find prosciutto with melon, like, everywhere. So, here, I'll use my bench scraper as a bench scraper. Robbie's gonna look for it. He'll find it when I'm done.
I see the normal size
Yes,
scooper things.
I could also find the normal sized ones. I couldn't find the mini one.
What about a pumpkin carving kit, Dana?
Nope.
Is that helpful?
Nope, sure isn't. Are you having fun yet?
Or Dana, can I interest you in some chopsticks?
Nope, chopsticks won't be helpful.
Okay, I'm out of ideas.
Okay,
A shot glass?
look.
I mean, that would help, but not for the scooping.
So we're gonna save all the melon, even the messed up melon here.
We could have some limoncello or something.
We do have limoncello. You want a shot of limoncello, Robbie?
What do you think,
Is that what you're
Suki?
saying?
Do we need some limoncello?
I almost got myself, but I didn't.
Boy, you distract her for 2 seconds at the thought of some limoncello. Suki says, yes, yes, you do.
All right, how are my potatoes doing? They are almost there.
Twilight Wolf says, I'll take a shot.
Okay. So that's, how many is that? 4 now? We need 4 limoncello shots. Oh, shoot.
Do you have a preference on what we do this in?
Shot glasses?
Oh, yes. but
You're the
like-
bartender. Oh my gosh. Struggle bus.
Is that a shot glass? What is that?
Not really. It's like more of a taster glass. I'm making this more difficult for myself.
Here, we'll just
everybody.
use those so that you guys can see it real well. Oh, we haven't opened this yet, huh?
Nope. We have not.
I guess I can bring this over there. Is it safe over here?
It's safe.
I don't know, you have a knife.
Well, it's safe-ish. How's that?
That's not good. That's not okay.
Not okay. All right, got it. Not okay. Oh, this melon is so good. It's so good.
So we were told by the guy at the store that this is like the best.
According to him. Okay, I don't want these
Yuzu
potatoes.
sake in the fridge, nice. An Amalfi tradition.
Yuzu sake, yummy. That is yummy. All right, I've got some prosciutto here.
Ooh.
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 Prosciutto is so hard to get out in a sheet. Anybody tips?
We'll start off small because we might have a ways to go on the stream yet.
We do. This might need to be eaten.
I'm such a team player.
You are. Thank you for being a team player. I don't know. How should I cut this to put this with this? Anybody?
I'm afraid to move when she's got that knife. Did you have a preference on which one you have?
Nope. I mean, he gave me the measuring glasses. It's our shot
Well,
glass.
so that you guys could see the color.
Ta-da! And this is limoncello from Italy. Okay, Pook's Peak. I mean, I love planning vacations.
you
I
just
wish
took
I had
a
more
sip.
time. Was I not supposed to?
I mean, it's fine. You're doing way more work than I am. I'm done for the day, Dana. I am off the clock. In fact, I'm going to hydrate
Are you?
with the magic fridge that dispenses water.
I wish my tomatoes had been moved over some. It looks like there should be a third thing on here, but here we are for everybody. We're just gonna do this.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Can I hydrate with limoncello?
It's your show.
All right, I'm not exactly sure how to plate this, but it's gonna be yummy. So that's the important part, right? You lack executive functioning. It's really tough, but yeah, absolutely, hit me up. I can tell you how we do it. I'm trying to keep this area mostly clean.
I think like a lot of things, I got to be in the mood for it. Like even something that I enjoy, like making emotes on here for Twitch. Mm-hmm. If I don't have the energy and I'm just not really in the zone, it's...
I mean, we really struggled making this vacation happen. All right, guys,
Yep.
I found these.
So do you want the Pook Speak to send it to Kitchen
Yeah.
Mom?
Kitchen Mom. Send it to Kitchen Mom on Discord. If you guys ever need to message me on Discord, do Kitchen Mom, not Dana's Kitchen, because I don't get into that account very often because I forget and then I just totally don't do it. So, okay, I want you guys to see this. Hang on. I have another plan. But I want you guys to see these that I found today. Or not. These are little pearls of olive oil. That's it. They're just little pearls of olive oil. If anything says, I'm at a fancy restaurant, instead of having olive oil dribbled, you get little
Where do you
pearls.
even find such a thing?
Huh?
Where do you even find such
Central
a thing?
Market, I was looking at different kinds of olive oils.
And
then
did we
this-
totally miss Michael saying, would anybody like some gift subs? They are random. I think we got distracted by the limoncello there, Michael. Sorry about that.
Limoncello.
That and her super fancy olive oil beads.
And then, yeah, I'm in the zone, Michael. I'm in the zone. If I had fresh basil, I don't. So we're going to just drizzle some dry basil over here on this.
Or basil.
Basil. Come on, basil.
Of course, I hear basil and I think of Basil Fawlty from Fawlty Towers.
Yes, I know.
Because you know I got to
figured
bring
that's
it back
why
to
you were
TV or
saying
movies,
it.
Michael.
I thought that's why you were saying that. And then we're going to do like just a little pearl of mozzarella. And then I'm going to where I am running around in circles.
Really need to start clipping her saying stuff like that so you guys can play the clips.
I'm going to do just a little bit of balsamic vinegar around there. Does anybody think of anything else do we need with the prosciutto and mozzarella? I wish I could have found some vinegar beads. Wouldn't that have been fun? But they had no such thing at the store. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do. Ooh, I almost forgot. Do you guys remember when we made goat cheese? Or we had chevron cheese in here. I wonder if it'll work.
What all are you finding? Is that a no-go on the gift subs?
Nobody wants a gift sub? Let Michael know. Hey, I want a gift sub. I want one.
Or maybe just everyone in chat right now has a sub.
Maybe. All right, let's see if this is
Mish Mish doesn't.
Mish Mish says yes. Oh, Michael, thank you so much for all the gift subs to Anna Elf and Big Ball of Yarn and a guy doing guy things and Girly Doe and Leroy and Cat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're gonna see if this is if this is gonna come out or not. Oops, not working so far. Boop, boop, boop. So I was hoping this would work. It might not. But thank you so much for the gift subs, Michael. Oh. Hang on. Nope. Not working.
The hat's not working for you. It's not helping you.
Whew. Okay, I got to do these potatoes. We've got a hype train. Thank you, Michael. All right. Dry our potatoes out. And what am I doing with those? I've got that. Then we need to make our filling. Oh, I still have to chop up some parsley. So while those are drying out, we'll chop up some parsley. We'll make some mashed potatoes. We'll make our ravioli. We'll see where our confit is.
So did you want one of these for Michael?
Yes, do that for Michael. And I don't know where all my stickers are. We'll put all sorts of stickers on it when I find it.
We will get you all the stickers.
We will get you all the stickers. I was lucky I made it to the grocery store today. All right. All right, you are still very wet, potatoes. Potatoes. They're potatoes, Robbie. He's not listening to me.
They're potatoes. I heard you.
No, they're potatoes.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah.
It says, I don't need stickers. I just want to spread joy.
Just spread the joy. I love that. All right, now that's not simmering. I turned it down because it was going too fast.
Whoa.
What just happened?
Suki!
Suki! Holy cow!
Mythical to Suki cheered.
Thank you
X1000.
so much for the biddies. Robbie's going to get you a big thing up there, too, that says thank you for the biddies. Thank you, guys.
Level 2 complete.
Look at that. Look at that. I used to give aprons away on level 5, but I need to order aprons. I don't have any right now. That needs to go on my list.
But if somehow we get there, we'll put it on the to-do list and give
We'll
that
put it
away.
on the to-do list. But it's not kind of fair because, you know, they're not the ones. Anyways, so I feel like the prosciutto and the melon and the mozzarella need something, but I don't know what. But I think that they're cute. So I'll think about it. We'll set those aside and think about that. But I need to set them someplace else. Where am I setting them? We'll set them here by the limoncello. They'll probably be safe there.
Basil? Suki says, I still want one of the holiday aprons.
I wonder if I still have one of those left. I think they're all gone for now.
We did remember to have the streamers sign an apron for
We did.
Dana.
All right.
The potatoes are making noises, guys. Got you up there.
Creme brulees are in. Oh, did you? Oh, thank you.
I picked it up and I put it back down. I didn't really do anything. I just heard them screaming.
Yeah.
Like, help us! We're overcooking!
Yeah, nope, you were good to do that. Thank you for doing that.
How many gift subs to have Robbie pop out of a cake in a thong and 2 tassels to sing you happy birthday?
Well, it's June 19th is my birthday, so we'll think about that, won't we? You may have to.
I'm gonna go with a lot.
Well, I assumed that. I assume it's a lot.
That's why Wolf says 100. I mean, A, we've got to come up with a way to tone that down a bit for TOS.
Right, maybe not a thong.
Yeah. Oh, she pulled out the ricer.
I did. Let's rice these potatoes. I think I'm going to put them in a different bowl, though.
And happy birthday again, Michael. That's very generous of you for you to be gifting us subs on your birthday.
That is. So what, you said you're celebrating this weekend. What are you doing this weekend? Are you going to try and take some college kids for their money again?
And Suki says, easy, just wear the requested items over your clothes.
Oh, that's one way to do it.
Still have to come up with a giant cake, though.
I mean, I can handle that. I can get a giant cake.
Brunch down in Miami.
Brunch in Miami. Someplace good, I hope. I still feel relatively in control, Robbie. Can you believe it?
No. I still think of brunch with getting the crazy martini thing with all the food on it that they bring you a drink while you wait for the crazy.
It's not a martini.
Food.
Try again.
Sorry, it's a Bloody Mary.
Thank you.
It's like, I know it's not a margarita, it's brunch. Very nice Italian restaurant. Now I need a ricer.
Now you need a ricer. Yes, the ricers are the best way, I think. If you don't like real lumpy potatoes or you want controlled lumpiness in yours, you can rice what you don't want to be lumpy and then mash. I like smooth potatoes, but there are a lot of people who don't like them when they're too smooth. So, and that's not good butter. Where's my good butter?
Oh, you're pulling out the Amish butter?
I am. And I need to
Look out,
heat
guys.
some of the milk up here. Some of the cream.
The Amish butter that was so good, it was the talk of a house party, dinner party thing she had a couple months ago.
Not the beef tenderloin I made, but the
The
Amish butter.
that she just bought.
Just the butter. They're like, let me have more of that butter. All right, I always warm my milk up before I put it in my potatoes. I think that helps keep it from being lumpy. All right, guys, thank you so much for the hype train. We got all the way to 3. That's great. Thank you so much. Whoop, whoop. Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, and Dana, you got a hype chest.
I did. What does that mean?
You got a new emote. There you go.
I get a new emote. That's exciting because I haven't gotten new emotes for so.
Iconic emote.
All right, we're gonna just throw some butter in here, guys. Just a little.
And yeah, you definitely do have to add the Amish butter to your list. It's that good.
It has a higher butter fat content, so. We did meet, one of our tour guides said, hate me if you must, but I don't like butter.
And so we told her, well, you need to
We're like,
try
well,
the
you're not
Amish
French,
butter.
so I guess it's okay.
And she's like, if only I could get that over here in Rome.
Yeah, probably not. All right, we're gonna need to put some salt in here.
You'd have thrown them off the boat. You have a big Amish community here in around Kitchener, Ontario? Nice.
Nope. Nope, I'm not sure where. I'd have to look at the label to see where it came from. It probably came from Pennsylvania, would be my guess. But I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. All right, let me taste. I'm almost out of taster spoons. because the dishwasher hasn't been unloaded. Around Kitchener, Ontario, really? Interesting. Okay, this needs a little more salt.
So have you noticed a difference this week, Dana, now that I've been working during the day again?
What kind of difference?
Oh, I don't know, like the fact that the dishwasher didn't get unloaded.
A little bit. Yeah. I can say that. All right, what else do I want to put in here?
Normally, we try to make sure that thing's clean and emptied before streams because we know it's going to get filled up.
I can't find my white pepper.
There's a giant market called St. Jacobs. I think we should go again this year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
These are gonna be very peppery potatoes.
I'm almost coughing from here just having seen that.
It's white pepper. It's not as spicy or strong as black pepper, so we'll be okay.
I do, Suki. I was very lucky to find another work from home job.
One where he already knows somebody who's there.
I got close to accepting a not work from home job a couple months ago and ultimately said no thank you.
Actually, I think that's pretty good. All right.
So yeah, I still get to help out way more than I would if I was back in an office.
All right, I can turn the top oven off because it is hot in here.
Yep.
All right.
Well, I know a lot of the people we know have slowly gone back, or they might, get to work from home a day or two a week. Yes.
I need you.
She's gonna put me back to work. I already
Right.
worked today, and I already did the.
I'm not quite done with all this.
Greatly sculpted that
I'm not listening
piece of
to
dough.
you.
You're not. I'll just turn off my mic and go home. I'll go hang out with Rocky outside.
No, I need you to roll some dough out
We'll
so that
go
we
lay
can
down
make
on
some.
the patio together.
So we can make some raviolo. I need to make a filling for it. So I need a bowl of some sort. I'll use this one.
Take another shot of limoncello. Once per month in the office, and Mr. Pooks is 2 times, but he has quite the drive, unfortunately. Yeah, and assuming it stays work from home, that we can kind of each go wherever with our jobs. So.
What I hate is I really hate that for some people they took jobs with it being remote. And so they made choices about taking this job because they're not in the same space or they're 2 hours away or whatever. And then they're told you have to come back in or you lose your job. And to me, that's not fair. You made a change. Why do I have to suffer for that?
Well, and I think it's unfair how some people just assume that you work from home and you either don't do any work or you don't do a lot of work. And I'm the exact opposite. I get way more done working from home than the office. There's way fewer distractions.
I'm my own boss, so I decided, I have to rent a space to work. And so I just rent it for a couple days a week. I'm about to change, I think, before the end of the year and not do Saturdays anymore and just work Monday through Thursdays. 2 days in office, 2 days at home. We'll see. All right, you ready, Robbie? You got to roll some dough out.
But yeah, I've done the long commutes, so I definitely still appreciate not having to do that anymore.
Hey, here you go. I need you to roll it out. I got the roller all ready for you and everything.
What do you mean by roll it out?
There, on the roller.
Oh, the machine. Okay, hang on. I gotta wash my hands.
Pasta master.
I was holding a dog, so.
Pasta master. What do you mean by rolling out?
Dana,
pasta
the sink over here kind of exploded with dirty dishes. What's going on?
I'm busy. That's what's going on. All right, look at this. Look what I have. Fresh hand-dipped ricotta. You do more work from home? I do too. Unless, I like to see my couples, especially in person. I don't like to do them remotely. But I have supervisees. There's no reason for them to drive all the way out to see me. Right, there's probably
So
a
you
better
just
way
need
to
this in a
open
flat sheet?
I take some virtual appointments, yeah. Say what?
Flat sheet is all you're looking for?
Flat sheet. A flat sheet. All right, I need to find my ravioli. We're just going to do a super, super simple filling on this. It's going to be ricotta, a little basil, some Parmesan, and an egg. All right, so I need 100 grams.
Whoa!
Oops.
Oh
my goodness! Danita 500. Danita 500, thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. We're starting the pasta part of our stream right now. My name is Dana. I'm a home chef here in North Texas. This is I can't even say his name. It's fine. Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy.
Suki,
My
can you get that
fiance,
shout out
tech
for
guy.
me?
And yeah, shout out was given. So welcome
Cool.
in, Raiders. We're kind of working on a Michelin inspired menu. So how was your stream, Danita? How did it go? Robbie's over there rolling the pasta out, and I need my scale. Where did I put it? Oh, where did my scale go? Is it over there? Is my scale over here?
I don't know. I don't see a scale.
I need a scale, everybody.
How thin did you want this? Please don't say as thin as you can get it.
No, I don't want it as thin because it's ravioli, so we're filling it. So
So 5?
maybe a 6. So
Just gonna make me push it
Suki
one
says
more.
way ahead of you, boss.
Thank you,
So-
Suki. You're the best.
Hello, Danita. Welcome to Hell's Kitchen. You know what? It's not Hell's Kitchen. It is not. All right, I don't know where my scale went, so we're just gonna make this up.
Dana, I have some flattened dough for you.
Yeah, you need to make it pretty. Can you do it again?
Can I flip it over?
Yeah?
There.
No.
We're gonna overwork it.
You're not gonna overwork the pasta.
Well, I think it's the rollers aren't super like smooth and.
I don't know what to tell you. Your stream was nice and chill. You played some good coffee, great coffee. It's a coffee making and selling game. Well, that sounds fun. All right, I'm trying not to cut myself. I want to taste this ricotta because I haven't had it yet. One of the things we had on the trip, we were at a market out right kind of in Rome, but it's in Testa Verde. That's not right. That's a football player's name. Anyway,
Vinny.
Testa Verde. It's but it's an area out. It's an area like on the other side of the Tiber in Rome. And we went to the market there and had ricotta they had just made, and they had put like this cherry jam that they had just made on the top of it. It was delicious. Delicious. All right, this is going back in the refrigerator. I need an egg. What's up, Undamaged Pizza? How are you? Intercepa Verde. I mean, that's that. How much caffeine can I consume before I go home, game? So.
Okay, Dana.
But what's up? We're doing pretty good.
Wanna change
That
the
looks
thing
much
to
better.
show 'em,
Yeah. Hang on. There we go. Here's Robbie's beautiful pasta. Hang on. I'm gonna need to get some stuff down here. You were too fast.
I was too fast. If I had a nickel.
Let me get one of these out. Yep, this is for macarons, but we're gonna do pasta on it. And then I need to put some of the semolina on there.
Take your time. I have all day.
Okay, there you go. So how many of these were in your soup?
Probably only like 4 or 5, but they were huge.
Okay. So Undamaged Pizza, we just got back from a 3-week trip We got back last week, about a week ago. So we're making something we had. I'm doing something inspired by food that we had while on the trip. So we have got some beef cheek in a confit, doing some confit stuff in the oven. And we're making a broth, a tom kha gai broth that we're gonna put these ravioli in once we make that. And we're making creme brulee, and we got stuff. We got stuff going. I'm gonna have Robbie do that one in a minute, but I need to make this first, because he's too fast.
I'm gonna get the clean towel away from everything, Dana, while I think about it.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna put on that plate with the other stuff. So we're gonna do, our filling is gonna be ricotta. If I had mascarpone, I'd put that in there to give a little sweetness. We're gonna add some basil. We're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. That's not that's the mozzarella. Where's my Parmigiana? So we're gonna do all that good stuff in there. So, hello, MJ. Robbie is back with the peoples. All right, I need to wash this because I need this for the Parmesan.
And I'm glad the lights thing worked while I was over there with the pasta.
We also, for those of you who are new in here, while we were on our 3-week foray into Europe, we got engaged. So Robbie is no longer my part-time boyfriend, but my fiance.
Full-time fiance?
Full-time fiance. Yeah, I'm going to hold you to that.
Well,
now.
that's a big upgrade then. Thank you, Undamaged Pizza.
But with the great power, Robbie, with great titles comes great responsibility.
Like pasta making?
Yes. Like pasta making. I had a towel on my shoulder. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, here it is. It's not the cleanest towel. It's just Robbie and I eating in here. Oh, thank you, Undamaged Pizza. All right, let's get some Parmesan in here. Do I drive people nuts the way I do this? Probably. How much did
I'm sure this will be really good, because it always is when we make fresh pasta and fresh ravioli.
We'll see.
But boy, it takes so long.
Well, we're making raviolis, so when we make the ravioli, that takes a little longer because it's so many little spaces.
You're stuffing all those little things.
Yeah. We're only gonna
like even this though, you made the dough fresh. We had to let it
rest.
sit,
Yeah.
hydrate, whatnot.
All right. So we got some Parmigiana in there. I'm making a mess back here on the counter. Did you notice that, Robbie? We're gonna put a little basil in there. Unfortunately, I don't have fresh basil right now because my volunteer basil has not come up. I always like to put a tiny bit of nutmeg in there. Where's my nutmeg? If I can find it. Usually I use fresh. We'll just put a little in there. And then we're gonna do some salt and some pepper. I'm going to put some white pepper in there again, and we're gonna try not to dump half the white pepper in there.
Which she might have done with the potatoes.
But they taste good. They taste good, I promise you. They taste good. And then we need salt on that. All right, now let's stir that up. I'm out of spoons. And get that all mixed up. So some handmade ricotta. I did not make it, but maybe we'll do that on stream someday. Just make some mozzarella or ricotta. That looks pretty good. So again, this is, since this is inspired by what Robbie had, Robbie's pasta was just cheese. All right. So I want something to measure this with. How about this? How big should we make these? Let's make them, were they like, how big were they, Robbie? Were they like this big or bigger than that?
That might have been bigger than that.
Like 3.5, well, we'll do 3.5 inches. Well, that's at 1, 2, yeah, that's 3.5. And then we'll get Robbie to roll some more out, because if we're doing 8 of these, we need 16 things, right? Math.
I think that math checks out, yeah.
1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna wanna do a straight edge. 2. That's pretty straight. It's not perfect. Who needs perfect pasta?
Me.
Pasta.
I found some potatoes to try.
Did you?
Well, you really are measuring everything. So do you want me to start rolling out the...
Yeah.
Wait, it almost feels like something's still on. It's so warm over here.
Yes, it's me. I'm very hot.
All right, I'll see if I can make some more pretty pasta to Dana's
It's gotta be
standards over
pretty,
here.
right? It's gotta be pretty. Are these are not the same size.
You were measuring. What happened?
I don't know. That's okay.
Is math hard?
Math can be hard. Here's some pasta you can re-roll out. Because we want these to be very purty. I want them to be purty. Smoking. That's fine. I'm going to do them this way from now on, so then they'll all be the same size. I think I need to get a cookie sheet out. Should put these on. Or at least a baking sheet of some sort, right? And then we need water, because we need something that's going to glue these together. How many bowls have I used tonight? Anybody? Anybody?
Enough to make Hippie proud.
So put a bunch of filling in there. Not too much, because we don't want it to go everywhere. Oh, I only need to do one of these right now. Okay. We'll have one done after that round. That's not quite straight either. Dang it.
Almost dropped the pasta. Caught it. Caught it in time.
So you want to put water when you're
panic.
when you've got sealed pasta. You definitely want to use some water there. That helps that gluten, all that starch in there, kind of stick together. Otherwise, it won't stick together very well. So, aw, thank you, Claude's Wave. Now I just need to wait for more pasta. And Robbie didn't take this over, so let's get that in here so it does not dry out.
Eh?
No. I'd be able to get like one out of that anyway. All right. We're going to finish up our soup as soon as we get these raviolis done here. So while Robbie is doing that, I'm going to wash a pot so that I can make my pasta. We can boil our pasta. So you probably want to see what's going on in the kitchen, so let me give you that, and you can see Robbie back there. It's been a while, so I'm giving him a little grace on that.
It's not me, it's the equipment.
Oh, it's not you. I see. Always blaming the equipment.
Yeah, it doesn't like going down to 6, Dana. It was looking really good until that. There, just use this side.
All right, you can go set that down for me and work on the next one.
So that was definitely a smaller piece.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get not very much. Here's, whoop.
Careful.
Everything's good, everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. Let's see if we can get at least 2 pieces out of this. We may get 3. So this is why pasta is time consuming.
This is with 2 people.
Yeah. Can you imagine when you see, what you really appreciate when you're watching like competitions and stuff and you see them make their fresh pasta, you're like, wow, they're fast. Because we're not super slow, but we're definitely not like competition fast. All right. So we want that edge and that edge. All right. So I'm going to be able to make 2 out of this one with this one. How's everybody doing? Not falling asleep on me? Hanging in there? This is a longer stream for me. Where are we? We're at 7:30. I told Robbie it was going to be a 3+ hour stream. I was going to try and be done in 3 hours. That was my goal. We may not quite hit that 3 hour. It may be a little longer. But the good news is we're at the back end of this, so there's not as much left. Oh, I'm looking over there, but you guys are over here. Hello. How are you? I'm looking at you. All right. So we're going to do this. And we'll do this. I probably should have saved one of these for measuring, right? But I didn't. Folding clothes and you're going to start cooking.
I have found more pasta for you.
You have? How amazing is that? All right, we've got 2. This will be 3. We're getting there. All right.
So you would like me to roll out more?
Yes, because right now we have 3. This will maybe make 4.5. Get that piece down on there. They're not perfect, everybody, but they're good-ish, and I am okay.
They're perfectly goodish.
I'm perfectly happy with goodish. Now I'm getting sloppy. That's okay.
I will say, as much as we were worried about the dough when we were first making it, it's pretty much perfect.
Is it for rolling?
To roll out.
That's cool. Glad to hear it.
Sometimes it sticks to the rollers real bad, or it's too dried out.
Did he say he went hunting for pasta? Did you say you went hunting for pasta?
Did I?
I don't know.
I might have. Four years ago, I would have said, no way. I wouldn't have said something like that.
And now he's
and
like,
now
wait.
I've learned, I have no idea what I say. No idea.
So that's 4, this will be 5.
I mean, apparently I might be in danger of having to jump out of a cake for Dana for singing a happy birthday to Michael belated. perfectly. So anything's possible.
Anything is possible. We're now, the dough is a little stretchy though. It's not a bad thing, it's just making it more challenging for me to make pretty pasta here. So we're almost done rolling the pasta out here, guys. And I feel these are not the squarest pieces ever. Don't tell anybody. There we go. All right. Also still not square, but we ended up going more rectangular again somehow. But you don't usually see rectangular ravioli. But we're not going to tell anybody, okay? Oops. We're just going to do it. That's what we're doing here. Mainly because I don't want to finish here and get cleaned up and then have Robbie go, okay, good night. I'm going to bed. Which may still happen. I'd like to spend a little time with him. See, that's a little smaller. So something happened in my cutting days that I went smaller.
I found some more.
Did you? Look at you. Okay. I've got 4, 5. Can I get 3 out of this? Probably. I'll probably get 2, but I might be able to get 3 out of here.
We're about to start working on the scraps, see how well this works. Did you still need the oven on?
Yes. The meat is still in there.
Okay. Just checking.
That. And I guess these are going to be a little smaller. I'm going to measure these. So one of these is going to have to be the wrong size. Now I'm going to measure again, everybody. Whew, 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 whew. Not straight lines, not my forte. 2. So you have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I wonder if I can get this 4th one out of here. Let's see. What do you guys think? Think I'm gonna make it? I think we're good, Robbie. Hey, Robbie. Robbie.
Yes?
I think we're good.
But there's more.
Okay. I'm going to finish these up, and then I am going to finish the soup up and get that going. 2. These are all different sizes. This is not Michelin Star quality.
I disagree.
I don't need that.
But look what I brought her. It's the biggest one of the night. And you have so much filling left.
I do. We can make something. Why don't you
We
get
can
little?
make it and then freeze them.
Why don't you get one of these, and then you can roll that down, and you can put the cheese on there, and then we can bake it in the oven. We'll put some sauce and stuff on it. But these we're actually going to cook. That will go in the oven and bake. All right, come on, stay shut. Stay shut. Don't do this
so you want
to
me to stuff this?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, whatever you want to do. We'll figure it out. It'll cook in the oven. It'll be great. That one's not very pretty. You've never made homemade ravioli. It's so worth it if you've got the time. So we don't make it very often. We maybe make it like once every 3 months or so because of the time consuming. Now I will make lasagna is probably the thing we make the most with the homemade noodles. It makes such a difference in the texture of the noodle.
So you just want me to put all of this in here?
Yep. Throw it all in there. And then I'll add some sauce to it later, and we'll let it cook in the oven, and it'll be kind of like we'll call it leftover lasagna. Okay. You can see these last couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, aren't as pretty as my first couple. One is picture worthy. One is just eating worthy. Save the filling. Oh, you could make homemade pierogies with it, you're right. But he wants to use the pasta. All right. One more thing in the sink. Those are done. I'm gonna finish up the soup, and then I will get water boiling for these. And then we need to just braise some carrots and some peas, and then we can plate. So we're really pretty close, guys. We're close. All right, so for our soup, now that it's been cooking, we're gonna add in our final ingredients to it. So our final ingredients for this are going to be some, I do not have enough of that. We're gonna add some full fat coconut cream. I'm gonna be a little short on this. I should have had 2 cans, and I think I've only got 1. So full fat coconut cream. The coconut gets stuck on the top, like the fats get stuck on the top. It won't matter. We're putting it into a hot soup, so it'll melt. But you want to usually shake it some. So this is full fat coconut cream. Come on. Thank you. No, I need to leave that there. Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna put it over here, and then we're gonna turn on a camera so you can see what I'm doing. Nope, stove. We need the stove. There's a reason why Dana's main and stove and main. There we go.
So do I need to cover this or anything, or it'll be fine?
Yeah, cover it with some plastic. Here's some plastic wrap, since we're not doing that right away. You can see it kind of doesn't come out of the can very well. So the fats, or the cream and the fats, get stuck to the top, and so sometimes it won't shake. It won't shake loose. And let me check and see if I've got another can. If not, we'll add a little extra cream in there maybe. Watch out. Do, do, do. Because sometimes I have some of that in here. I have chipotle. I've got a little bit more. Let's put that in there.
So I may have made a giant one and a smaller one.
There's our giant ravioli. We're never gonna throw any filling away. Don't worry about that. All right, I've got this other little tiny can of this, so we'll throw that in there too. Oops. So it's going to be a little short what it needs, but not too bad. All right, we also need to put in, other than that, I know we've got fish sauce to put in there. I think I was supposed to strain all the vegetables out, but we'll do that at the end. Fish sauce. So we'll get a little of that in there to give it some funk. I love adding the funk. No?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to taste that, see where we are, if I can find a spoon. All my spoons are in here. That's good. I'm going to turn it up, see if we can't bring this to a simmer and let that simmer. Now the trick is, guys, I have not looked at my beef confit at all, so I hope that it is doing well in there. If not, we may not have any beef for dinner tonight. Now, but I'm gonna have to get that out because I want to use the liquid from that to braise the carrots and stuff. So we're gonna get that out and take a look at it. Again, these are beef cheeks that randomly my store carries all the time.
Spunk TJ says, wait, Nice, you've been to France? Also Germany?
Well, I was in Germany for a couple of hours at the airport.
Just long enough to lose her phone.
Just long enough to lose my phone. So there we go. There's the beef cheeks in there. Or, yeah. So hopefully they turn out good. We'll see. And then I need
this username.
I need one more pan. I think this is the last pan I need. Oh no, I need the water. I need to. It's almost the last pan I need, Robbie.
She's trying to use the whole kitchen in one stream.
I've already accomplished that, I believe. This is going to be to boil our raviolo. So I'm going to move the potatoes is what I'm going to move. And get that with some salt. Oops, that's a lot. We probably don't need that
luckily
much.
someone turned it in, so it's at least in a safe place, the lost and found. But it's still there.
It's there, but there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, carrots and peas. Where are my carrots? My carrots are in here. My peas are in here. Oh, I haven't made the parsley sauce. You know what, Robbie? I think we might not be doing the parsley sauce. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. I think it would be delicious.
Are those the baby carrots?
These are baby carrots. This is what a real baby carrot looks like. It looks like a small carrot. It does not look like a monster with rounded edges on both ends. Was that harsh?
Those look like they were straight out of a cartoon.
Where's my... I don't think I put that in there.
Germany is definitely still on our list to visit, that's for sure.
Yep. But they wouldn't send me my phone.
It's even pretty high up on the list, so.
All right.
They want to be carrots when they grow up.
They do. They want to be big carrots, but they're not going to be. They're going to be in our tummy.
Pook Speak says, I am excited about this dinner.
Me too. I just think the parsley sauce is going to take about another 20 minutes. So if I had done one more thing before we streamed, we would have been good. Now, if you have carrots with all the carrot tops on it, you can use those carrot tops like parsley. You can use them in salads. You can use them in a lot of things. Oh, that's where it went.
I don't think they'll get a chance to grow up.
No, sadly, these carrots will be in our tummy. All right. So you can save these and use them. I'm going to wash these after I peel them. I just never, I usually don't wash things like carrots before I peel them because I usually have to wash them afterwards anyway.
They lived good carrot lives.
They did. They were good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'd get to some good restaurants in Germany too, for sure.
Get myself some red cabbage, some sauerkraut, the things nobody around here will eat with me.
And I will try to remind Dana as well about the Discord message.
Okay. Who sent me a Discord message? Was it Pook Speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed, may they rest in pieces.
Let me get the top parts of these off.
I was like, what?
What? The most read message ever. Yeah, red cabbage is great. My grandmother used to make it. My mom really never made it because I didn't like it as a kid. I love it now. And nobody else would eat it with her, but I would eat sauerkraut with her, which is so weird because I think red cabbage in general is better and a little sweeter than sauerkraut. But for some reason as a kid, give me sauerkraut.
I hear you. I'll probably be collapsing as soon as we get off stream tonight.
You guys aren't used to seeing me do this much, are you? All right.
Do we know a TV show, Cuisine Impossible?
Cuisine Impossible?
We've
No.
seen Restaurant Impossible
Yeah.
and Dinner Impossible
Yeah.
from Chef Robert Irvine.
Sorry, I'm cutting some of the tips of the carrots
I'm
off.
trying to think if that's one of the shows we did see on one of the streaming things.
What?
Cuisine
Which one?
Impossible. Where like they were out in the middle of nowhere.
Who was out in the middle? Good night, Danita. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing your family here tonight. I hope you have a good weekend coming up, and can't wait to see you again. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Dana, remember this is hot.
Hot. That was in the oven.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna take some of this oil that's been used, which is tallow and duck fat, and we're gonna use that to cook our peas and carrots.
Yum, yum, yum.
Because it'll have some of those meat juices flavoring it. And some of the marinade that I had the meat in.
So the other pot, did you want that boiling that much?
Yeah, I want it cooking. I wanted to bring it up.
Okay. Uh-oh, handle over the heat. There we go.
And then I need to clean this off so we can put the meat on there. I'm trying to minimize. Normally I would switch knives and I'd have 8,000 knives.
Hookspeak says, I love sauerkraut. I fry it with bacon, mushrooms, and grated carrots.
Mmm, yum. That sounds good. That sounds really good. All right, we're gonna throw some mushrooms in here to cook.
It could be that there's one out there and we just haven't gotten to that one.
Kitchen Impossible. Cuisine
You
Impossible.
hate sauerkraut, says the German.
It'll depend on what country. Like, for example, Chef John Lung is in Master Chef Canada and Master Grill Canada, and we can't find it. Fire Masters. Fire Masters. And we could not find it. Well, that's just not going to work, Robbie. I was hoping it would, but it's not. All right. So we're going to get these sauteed in here. We're going to take these beef cheeks out and see how they are. Everybody cross your fingers.
Yeah, I'll eat sauerkraut, but it's not my favorite.
Everybody.
And I used to really, really not like it.
Cross your fingers. I tried to butcher this myself. We'll see how that turns out. I'm not sure how I'm going to cut this to plate it. Oh, did you see how easy that went through there? So I'm not sure. Maybe we plate it.
It smells good.
Just like this.
I think either word works.
Like, that's a big piece of fat there. We don't want all of that fat. So maybe this piece here.
I mean, the bacon certainly wouldn't hurt, that's for sure. You can eat almost anything with enough bacon.
This is true.
That's
All
what
right.
makes it not so healthy anymore.
Now, I don't even think I've ever eaten beef cheek before. So why did I choose this over short ribs? I don't know, it sounded good.
You just needed an extra challenge. Another thing to cross off the list. Pretty good?
Mm-hmm. Very good.
If you need pictures of anything, let me know.
I will when I start plating stuff.
And I'm not just saying that because usually pictures means I get to eat.
I think you are kind of saying that. Woo,
Look
don't
how
spit
good
at
those
me.
carrots look after their haircut.
Baby carrots.
Had this in Quebec City and you would highly recommend we both visit. We do need to get to Canada.
I mean, I've been to Canada multiple times, Robbie. So anytime
I've
you
barely
want to
been
go.
halfway across the bridge because of COVID and had to count that. Because which city's on the other side of Niagara Falls again?
Niagara Falls.
No, on the other side.
Niagara
That's
Falls.
still Niagara Falls, Canada?
Yep.
Well, that's lame.
It's just like Robbie goes, yeah, but what city is Niagara Falls in? And I said, Niagara Falls. Because he kept going, well, we're going to Buffalo. I said, we're not going to Buffalo, we're going to Niagara Falls. He goes, but
If I'm going to walk
Niagara
all
Falls
the way
is in
across
Buffalo.
a giant bridge to get into a different country, I want to at least be in a different city.
Quebec City? So I have not been to Quebec City.
Mini Europe sounds cool.
So we could do that.
It smells good in here. The cooking sounds sound good. I'm getting really hungry. Oh, pasta going in the water. Jedi says that meat looks like it could melt just by looking at it.
It's pretty tender. It's really, really tender. I think I probably would have loved to have had it in there for a couple more hours, but here's where we are right now. So what I'm looking for with these carrots is I want them to get really caramelized and I want them to get really, really tender. And then the peas will go in like towards the end because I just want those to get just cooked. I do not know where. Oh, we're gonna need this. I need another one. So, oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yep, there you go. That happened in Italy, in Venice.
And thank you for the follow.
Luana M. Study, thank you for that follow. All right, what are you studying for? Or what do you study? Like these are starting to get caramelized. Are you guys seeing that? See how they're starting to change color? They're starting to get a little browning on them. Yummy. I cannot find my spider. Here it is. I think that piece of pasta needs to flip over. So it looks like
Flip it. There we go.
There it goes. And my spider does not fit in there. Where's my other thing? Maybe I'll use a fish spatula.
Studying medicine in Argentina.
Ooh.
That's cool.
I haven't made it to South America. I so want to go to South America, but Robbie keeps going,
I've never said that about South America. Don't you lie.
I say, let's go to Costa Rica. Let's go to
Costa
Brazil.
Rica's different. They have dinosaurs there.
Oh!
No! Saved it.
And I am a family therapist, so I don't have a medical degree, but I do work in the healthcare industry.
I'm still eating it. I'm still eating it.
You're going to still eat it?
Too much work went into that raviolo.
Some of these are sticking.
And Dana swept the floors before the stream.
I did. I actually cleaned the floors beforehand because they were not good.
And Rocky literally hasn't been in here the whole stream other than when I carried him, so.
There we go.
Which is why she was able to pick that up, is because he's outside.
Otherwise, I would not have been able to. Oh, these are getting good.
Yeah, if you and Rocky are going towards the same scrap of food on the
Just
floor,
leave it.
let him win.
Let him win.
It won't be worth it.
All right, we're gonna let that boil in there. Don't worry, if you ever come to my house, I will never pick food off the floor and feed it to you without your permission.
Then it would have gotten tossed in the trash.
Yeah, definitely.
Or we just would have eaten it before the party or
Look at that.
something. Look at those.
Looking so good. All right, we're gonna throw the peas in there. Now, I will tell you, generally, I prefer to use frozen peas to fresh peas unless I'm right by the garden. Because peas are one of the few things that just, like asparagus, that as soon as you pick them, they're losing flavor.
I said the same thing earlier, or something similar about the carrots that they seem like
being
they're right out of a
attacked by
cartoon.
peas!
They are popping right out of there, aren't they?
They're all over them. Their water content must be pretty high for them to pop out like that. I'm being attacked by bees. All right.
Who knew you needed a much deeper pan for the peas?
I did not. All right. So we'll put our fresh pasta usually only needs a couple of minutes in the water.
Lethal peas.
But yeah, they were attacking me. All right.
Hey, look at that. I don't think she's going to drop any on the floor this time.
So, what I want to do, did I need to add anything else to this? Mushrooms, fish sauce, a little lime juice. Let's add a little, let me taste it, but I'm sure a little lime juice would be good.
I recognize the quote.
What's the quote?
Me and Jenny, we like peas and carrots.
What's that from?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, of course, yeah, we're gonna add a little acid in here. Just a little bit. That is for that, this is for this.
So what's that sauce again?
So it's a Tom Kha Gai soup.
That's a soup. That's
It is
right.
a soup, and we need to strain it.
Where did you learn to cook, Dana?
I learned to cook. My mom did a lot of cooking. My grandmother did a lot of cooking. But really, a lot of it just came from my own watching videos, trying things out in cookbooks.
Especially on this stream. She cooks a lot of stuff for the first time on stream.
Yeah, like everything here today is basically first time. All right, now you know what I'm gonna do, Robbie? Remember how it had foamy stuff on the top of yours?
I do.
We're gonna pour some of that in here.
Okay.
And hopefully it makes it in here and doesn't go all over the place.
Well,
Mostly.
I need to clean up.
I mean, I have things to do tomorrow, but I mostly have the day off, so there'll be a lot of.
You were gifted a sub.
I was gifted a
No,
sub.
not you. The chat.
Who got gifted a sub?
Let me go back and look. It was. Where did it go? Hang on.
All right, we're gonna phone.
Twilight Wolf gifted you a sub a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I know. I said that yet.
I know.
Oh. Oh, thank you, gift. Yes, you got that from Twilight Wolf, who's been with us for a long time. So we're coming up on our 4th anniversary of streaming. Beginning of June is our 4-year affiliate anniversary. So I got to put foam on the top of this, Robbie, because yours had foam. This is actually a lot more food than I think what we got.
Oh, for sure. The portions were good, especially for a lunch.
Because we had 3 courses, so
Yeah.
for me it was plenty.
She's trying to foam up the soup so that the presentation will be closer to what we had at the restaurant.
Because your ravioli were completely submerged, too.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell what was in the bowl.
So we're going to put some soup foam on here. Isn't that funny that it foams up white like that, Robbie?
Yeah, if I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have thought that was the same thing. It gives the award-winning cuisine look.
Yes, that's what we're going for here.
And the thing she's using also is great for like mixing hot chocolate and whatnot.
It's for foaming milk, obviously,
But I use it for hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee.
Robbie was like, okay, it's another gadget, whatever. And then he did it with his hot chocolate one day and he goes,
Works so well.
okay.
Your Egyptian roommate gives you some of her food sometimes? Nice.
That is awesome. I love it when you have roommates who give you food. That's kind of like the foam that was on yours. It's not perfect. And we're gonna put, this is a little chili pepper spray. Oh, it's coming out too. I don't want it to come out like that. It's not coming out the way I want. All right, we're gonna finish it off. We got a little olive oil here. Or not.
Oh, that still had a lid.
Yeah.
That will do that.
I just bought it today.
Hold, please. Technical difficulties with the bottles.
Because it's got a thing. I hate it when they do this. It's got a thing in the lid, too. All right.
Hey, look at that. It works.
A little olive oil. I wanted something kind of more reddish on there because that was on yours. So I'm going to get, I really wanted a little of this on there.
So don't worry, she found another gadget to use. Her paintbrush spoon.
Mm-hmm. I don't want too much on there because it is pretty spicy. And then I'm just going to put a dusting of sumac on there.
Who all are we inviting over? There's a lot of food.
So there we go. There's that. Dish number 1. Whew, that's hot. Okay. Let's plate dish number 2.
Not really, Spunk TJ. I'm just really anxious to start eating all the food. I play some games. Dana's not really much of a gamer.
I love games, but I get too into them and then I derelict all duties.
In fact, Dana
in
will be
life.
doing a World of Warcraft cooking
Yeah, I need to get with Kanara to see
stream this
when we're
month.
doing that.
Probably be on a Sunday.
All right, so I wish I had some au jus or something to put on the bottom here. I'm really gonna be missing a sauce, and that makes me mad. It makes me mad to not have a sauce. Okay, I've never done a quenelle. Do you know what that is, Robbie?
Is that the rolled spoon thing?
Yeah. So we're gonna give that a shot and see how I do. Oops. Because there's probably a really good way to do this, and I do not know how to do it. Oh, man!
It's going pretty good up until that.
Now I gotta clean the plate. Now there's potato on the floor, potato on my pants, whatever. Let's try it again. Anybody ever do this? Scoop off there, and maybe scoop that way, and scoop that
Your
way.
utensils have the drop seats.
Yeah.
Or
There's
droppings.
potatoes going everywhere. All right. That's probably about as close as Dana's gonna get with that.
We're about an hour over her normal time, so Dana's getting tired.
Well, you can tell I decided not to make the last sauce that I have all the ingredients for.
How much would one bowl cost?
1 bowl of what?
I guess the soup pasta thing?
How much does it cost to make, or how much would I charge for it?
Either or.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, we got
This
that as
is
one of
not
3
the
courses.
shape you were looking for, exactly.
We got that as one of 3 courses for $30-ish.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
that's at a restaurant, so.
Made by professionals.
Dana would probably charge quite a bit just because it's a lot of work. And we don't have it down
I'd
to
be
a
like, I don't
science
care
yet.
if you think it's good or not. It was a lot of work. That's irrelevant. Ooh, and I've got to go get the creme brulee. You want to go grab that out of the other refrigerator so I can get that under the broiler?
Yeah, Jedi, not only was the food literally the best we had of the whole trip, but you couldn't beat the price.
The price was amazing for the quality of food we got. Like seriously, it was like 32 euros for 3 courses.
And it could have been double that, and it still would have been the best food of the trip.
And the wine was reasonable. It was like 6 euros for a glass. All right, those need to go in here.
I thought I'd take the little bit of plastic off of it before.
That plastic would be good.
Top?
Yeah. But let's not forget it's in there.
Let's not forget it's in there.
And let's clean up our space here and show what we got.
I wouldn't know, Jedi. She didn't let me go to the McDonald's.
You are a
But
grown-ass
I'd believe
man.
it based
You can go
on
do
some
what
of the
you
other
want.
prices. Like we saw a Five Guys at a train station,
In Turin.
and I think they wanted, I mean, depending, like 12 to 15 for a hamburger. Not that Five Guys is cheap here.
There we go. On those 2 plates, and then I've got my other 2 plates. Where did I put those? So we've got these. I'm going to put this top on here and figure out what I can do with all of that lovely tallow and duck fat. There's so much to clean up here, guys.
Well, you've made, you know, like 4 or 5 courses of food, Dana.
It's ridiculous. All right. So I just made this one up completely out of my butt. I was like, I've got extra tomatoes and stuff, and so I'm gonna put this way up here though, because I want you to see the top of those tomatoes. Those little balls on top of the tomatoes are just little pearls of olive oil. That's what's in there. And then we've got a French melon with prosciutto, Italian prosciutto, and some mozzarella. And then we've got just the little tomatoes with a little balsamic. We've got the little olive oil balls and little basil with it.
Hey, Miss Starkworth Road.
And then over here, we have our raviolo. If I were doing this, I knew Robbie wanted 4 because he kept saying he wanted 4. I would have probably only put 3 in there. But it's a cheese raviolo and a tom kha gai broth. And then we have confit beef cheek with some Dutch gold potatoes and some roasted carrots and peas that were caramelized in that beef tallow.
How long did you want the creme brulee in there?
Well, I needed to.
I'm just making sure we don't
Yeah,
forget.
no, we're about. Oh, yeah, we need to take it out. We may have been a little too close to the heat, but we're gonna get 2 good ones out here. Where are the oven mitts? There they are.
As far away from the oven as possible, apparently.
Yep, we burned, I think, 1 or 2 of these. Yeah, a couple of these got a little too crispy. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put sugar on the top of them. Oh, they're not gonna crunch. That's what I forgot to do. Okay, 3 of these got way overdone. I'm gonna put a little sugar on these and a couple of these and put them back in.
The custard underneath should be fine though, right?
The custard underneath will be fine. But the whole point is to get that crispy top.
No, I know. And then, I guess not all the way up at the top this time. I'm gonna start taking pictures.
Okay, you do that. Who forgot to tell me to put sugar on the top of these? I got too into the other stuff and forgot. That was your guys. You're supposed to remind me.
I don't
Not
remember
really.
being
I'm not
told to
blaming
remind
you
me.
guys. It's 100% my fault. So just so you can tell, see, a couple of these got a little too brown. But if you look, the custard underneath is perfectly fine. So we'll just get that part off of there. And we'll stick these back in the oven. And then we'll start trying some food. Cancel that.
So much food. Oh, so hungry.
All right. What do you guys think so far? They'll crunch, no worries, except I forgot to put the sugar on them, so they're not going to crunch. So we need to take that layer off, put sugar on it, and put them back in. It was you, sorry. But we'll just take that top layer off, and it's
We'll
all
still
fine
eat it,
underneath
that's
it.
for
Yeah. Because they're not caramelized. It's burnt because it's not sugar. Your grandmother's favorite dessert. Fabulous. All right.
I don't know how Rocky's not in here, just trying to jump up on the counter.
All right, give those a minute. All right, you ready, Robbie? You ready to see how I did?
Yes.
Okay, let's start with this. Let's see how the broth is. And we should do this, otherwise Kanara yells at us. So I don't like getting yelled at by Kanara. I think the broth is pretty dang close to what they made.
That's pretty tasty.
And now I'm a little
Paranoid?
paranoid.
I would be.
All right, how are the ravioli? Are they cooked enough?
I think so.
Okay.
It's so hard to find it with the broth.
Oops. Oh, that's
There
a
we
big
go.
piece.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
we got some cheese in that second bite. Don't let it burn, Dana.
I'm not. I'm trying. That's really good. It's got just a little bit of spice with it. Oh, thank you, Mr. K with Road. Let's see. Well, what are they filled with? It's a ricotta cheese with some basil. An egg.
I'll just use the spoon. This is driving me crazy. Oh, I lost my cheese filling.
Okay, I still think I
Found
need the
it.
torch. Is what I really need. Because these still got more caramelized than I wanted them to in parts and not at all on others. So where is my torch?
That's a good question.
I used it not long ago, but I just don't know where we put it. So, there we go. All right.
This is fantastic.
Yay. I still think the
Suddenly
pasta,
I'm back in France, Dana.
I still think that the pasta could have been rolled out a little thinner, but that's my takeaway on that. All right.
Well,
I'm
now
gonna
she
give
tells
you-
me.
I'll take this one. I'm gonna try this.
I need a couple more bites of this.
Okay.
First.
Just scorches the sugar top. That's what I was trying to do, but I don't know with the broiler, but I can't find my torch.
It's been a while since we've used the torch.
So, you know, will it work with a lighter? Probably not. Hot enough. We'll just see if Dana can. Come on, fire. Do your job. This could take all night.
The potatoes are really good.
And I know I have a torch because, again, I used it a couple of months ago, and Robbie's mother gave it to me, so I gotta find it. But where did I put it? I found the fuel for it, so it used to be down there.
That was something I thought was in this drawer over here, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah. All right, so see how easy those carrots? I'll just eat. And then you can see that this beef cheek, you don't even need a knife. It just, So you could do this with short rib. If you're like beef cheek, you know what beef cheek tastes like? Do you know what it tastes like, Robbie?
Beef.
Tastes like beef. It's like, why'd you, I know. You know, and that's the thing, Jedi, I'm not, like the torch sometimes, at least not the really not, the not super expensive ones, a lot of times I taste that flavor. I prefer to use the torch just because I have more control over the heat. But Robbie, stop. Robbie gets obsessed when we can't find something, like my phone.
I found all sorts of wine toppers and wine openers, but no torch. Sorry.
Well, you may not get your crunch. I'm going to look one more place. Entertain everybody.
I'll entertain you by eating all the food. Someone has to taste it, guys. Someone's got to take one for the team. The carrots are cooked perfectly.
I thought it might be in the...
Is there Amish butter on the carrots?
There's not Amish butter. It's tallow and duck fat.
So these could be even better. Is that what I'm hearing?
That they could be better. Okay, there's the fuel.
So I'm sure you'll find it when you don't need it, Dana.
Oh, I'll find it like later tonight. It'll be someplace I'll be putting something away and I'll be like, that's where I put it. Oh, I found it. I found it.
I would have never found it back there.
You probably would not have. All right, now I have to remember how to use it. You have to turn it on.
Not better than the duck fat Jedi, but adding some Amish butter to it.
There we go. Oh, we're about out of fuel here. Yeah. But luckily, look what I have. Is it more fuel, Dana? It is more fuel.
More fuel for the fire?
Yeah, but how do I open this?
No idea. Was that helpful?
No.
Okay.
Anybody? Anybody?
Oh my gosh.
Is that the meat?
Wow. Holy cow.
Oh, I know why, because you're filling it, right? So you don't open it. You actually do this. And you fill it with fuel this way, like a lighter. Okay, now, turn it on. Oh, I did something wrong. I did it right the first time, otherwise we wouldn't have had it go at all.
No idea. Just gonna take another heavenly bite of this beef over here. Wow.
Okay, well, that's as bad, as good as it's gonna get. All around.
The joys of a live cooking stream.
When things don't go your way.
All the stuff that they edit out on the pre-recorded stuff on YouTube or whatever.
Aha. Let's see how much fuel it gives me. We'll go over here. We got some sugar that's not done over here. We got some sugar not done here.
I mean, this meal alone would be worth the trip to the States.
Yeah, come see us. I'll tell you what I really loved. I loved when we did the duck confit tacos. Those were so good. All right.
You too, have a great night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is delicious. Mm-hmm.
And there's more?
Creme brulee?
No.
Oh, there's more? There's a little bit more. But also, I have to tell you that just eating melon with the prosciutto.
So good.
Don't forget to eat this.
You mean there's more?
You gotta cleanse your palate before dessert. All right, did you try the olive oil beads?
I'm gonna try and show them. It's not gonna want to focus though.
With fresh basil, and if I had been able to do the foamy goat's cheese chèvre cream with the tomatoes, that would have been. What do you think of that melon with the prosciutto and stuff? It's pretty good, huh?
Oh man.
All right, Robbie.
One plate clean.
Did you take a picture of this yet?
Nope.
It's very fancy.
You were still
Grilled
working on it.
stone fruit wrapped in prosciutto. And just, yes, that is delicious as well. It's not quite stone fruit season yet. Got it? All right, here's the test. Can you hear it? Would you like to break the sugar, Robbie?
Huh?
It's hot.
It's hot.
That's, I don't know if you noticed me using these to move this over here. Crust we here. All right, how is it?
Crunchy.
So good. I love creme brulee.
I'm gonna rescue the dog who has forgotten how a dog door works.
Yep. It's that time of night where Rocky refuses to use the dog door. All right, guys, we made a lot of food.
Let's go.
3.5 hour stream. That is way longer than I usually stream. If I had to pick all of the if you had to pick all of the courses, which would it be?
I mean, that beef is pretty amazing. I love dessert, but the ravioli is really good.
So all of them?
So and even the appetizer, what would you call it?
I was calling it a palate cleanser kind of thing.
I mean, even
right?
that was good, but that would be like second place and everything else is tied
Is
for
it
first. But maybe this is 1A, just
by just a
by a
little
hair.
bit, by hair.
because the broth on
The broth
this is so good.
so good. That pick cheating. It's not cheating, it's my stream. You know how I know? It says so right here.
Don't make her tap the sign.
I get to make the rules. That's all I can say. When anybody says I'm cheating, I just point and I go, but here's where we are. I get to
I know
make the
one thing for a
rules.
fact. I don't get to make the rules.
That's true. No rules for Robbie. So.
Oh my gosh.
So I did pretty good being inspired by your meal. Yes.
I think you must have tasted it.
I didn't because
Well,
I
we
really
found a dog.
we needed a green sauce for this, but I think that would have. Now at some point I'll do one inspired by what I ate, which was potato croquettes, and then it had like a red pepper sauce, and then it had a green sauce, and then I had. It was shrimp with a shrimp bisque, and then it had lentils, and then it had zucchini that still had part of the flour on it, and they were mini zucchini little babies, and then they were split in half, and then they were caramelized
Seriously,
on the
guys,
outside.
Take a bite.
So at some point, I'll try to do something inspired by that, but it's probably not going to be for a few weeks. Because we got so much going, and it requires a lot for me to think through all of the recipes. So, but this was delicious, all of it. And now I'm going to spend 2 hours cleaning my kitchen. So why don't we find somebody fabulous and wonderful to go raid,
You can say hi to.
and we can go say hi to. Let's see who's on. You guys got any ideas?
Thank you for that follow.
Hello, Viper Goddess. Thank you for following. And I will have more information for you as far as what the rest of the month is going to look like at that point. And let's see, science is on. Hunger service is on. I think it looks like Chef John may be just playing a game. Titanian
good.
Chef is on. And any thoughts? Any thoughts? It was good seeing you again. I'm glad we got to see you, Spunk TJ. It's been a while since we've seen you. You know, we haven't gone over to science for a while.
I was going to say he might congratulate you. You can congratulate them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Anthology of Star Wars
All right.
over the weekend, and plus.
So if you guys haven't followed science, he's really amazing. He makes science fun and interesting. He has fabulous energy. I love people with great energy. I really do. You can be chill, you can be way up here, but just good energy where you can see that they just love people and they love what they're doing, and that is who science is. And did they just have their second baby, or they're about to have their second baby?
Did have this.
They did. So now they have 2 babies. And he's been a partner, and it's been great. So let's go see science, and let's say, hello, welcome. We just saw Michelin Star food, except it's not Michelin Star food. So let's go say hi to science.
Should be, Dana.
let's go say hi to Science, and I'm going to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for the raids. Let's see who we had. Wolf Mom, we had Date Night In, and we had Danita 500. Thank you guys for sharing your communities with us, and for all of you that have been here from the beginning or came in or lurked or whatever you did. I appreciate your energy and bringing your genuine, beautiful self into the room as well. So go out into the world, be you, and spread some kindness everywhere. We need more kindness in this world right now. So love you guys, and we will see. Oh, don't forget, Sunday, Twinkies, Texas Twinkies and pulled pork Twinkies. We'll be making those on Sunday, 5 o'clock. If you have not been here before, that is not a redemption, a goal that two goals that we met. So we'll be making those on Sunday, and I'll probably make something else because you know me. So I hope that guys have a good weekend, and Auf Wiedersehen. Arrivederci and good night.